Alright, welcome to Dwarves of Dharn, Moldir. This is session 6. So, you guys are still hanging out at Amherst's house, I believe. You had not left yet, or maybe you had left but didn't get very far.
Well, I think if we were leaving, we wanted to go over to the other councilman, directly.
Okay.
We also wanted to track down Winifred.
Winifred was there.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
She showed up, but you didn't have Zone of Truth left anymore. She was very distraught because she had been working for the councilman since it was his father who was the master, and she'd known him since he was a baby, and she was very upset
I
about
think we had
his
some
untimely
additional
death.
questions. We didn't get to question her very much, Zone of Truth or otherwise. I don't think we asked.
That's true. I'm pretty sure you guys were still at the house. I don't think you had left yet.
We hadn't left. I walked outside because I was just generally disgusted with certain individuals.
I do remember that. You just threw your arms up and stalked out.
Walked away. What are you taking my shit for? I'm just going to help you.
It's
Quit
not.
taking everything
why
that's
is
mine.
my sheet stay? Oh, it's not my sheet. Perfect.
Why are you taking all my shit, Bellhead? Stop ruining my life.
So,
I could bring it up again, but we should probably have more people around.
you had searched Winifred's room. You'd searched the study. That's about it.
There's a dead guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind looking at the councilman's bedroom.
Okay.
What are you looking at me for?
I figured you'd have already went in there and looted the place before you even considered it.
I was looting the body.
He was. He found some
Mulder
Werther's original.
Right? I got a motherfucking Werther, Joe.
This is all perfectly well and good, sort of. But we don't necessarily know that the sheriff doesn't speak Dwarven.
Are you speaking in Dwarven right now? The
What?
sheriff is ignoring you.
Whenever I'm...
No, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Just hoping that, you know...
Yeah, that was
we
basically
didn't
what the sheriff was doing.
overtly come
If
and
you all
admit
start
to
looking at it.
crimes in common.
What you're talking about? What crimes?
Who's that, Crabs?
Wow.
Like, what crabs?
That degenerated so quickly.
Here, Werther's original larceny.
What?
What?
You just... where's the ex-councilman's bedchambers?
To whom are you speaking?
Anybody. In
The room
common.
filled with people.
Let's see, who's still there?
Winifred?
Beatrice was there, Winifred is there, but Henry is trying to calm her down. I believe
knows.
that Benjamin is still out on the front porch. Now Jazz is out there also. So Beatrice and Christopher are basically the only ones immediately around. Beatrice, having now something to do, she goes, I can show you. And she leaves Christopher looking somewhat bereft in the hall by himself. And starts leading the way up the staircase that you are sort of right next to. Once she gets to the top of the staircase, there's sort of a large landing type area. The first door on the right, she opens and says, "This was his bedchamber."
Thank you. I'm just gonna take a look. Why don't you, you're kind of a looky-loo, aren't you? Why don't you take a look around?
Are you there? No one said they were going upstairs besides Bellhead.
That's because I'm not part of the conversation. I'm outside.
I was with the body still.
No, nobody followed me.
I don't know. He may.
I wasn't paying attention, so...
He's just standing in the room with the dead body.
Yep.
You and the sheriff are just having an awkward-looking contest.
15.
Yeah.
And I'm just
A
staring at the
15
corpse.
for
Perception.
perception. Okay. The bedroom is really, decadent to the point of being like snooty.
Gaudy.
The bed is just huge. It's got really nice silk sheets on it. There's some art hanging on the wall that, like, you probably don't really know much about art. That
Yeah, I know what I like, though.
isn't dwarven.
It's a fountain.
There's
Saucy.
art hanging on the wall. There's a bedstand next to the bed. Has drawers.
I will search his drawers. For a 24.
All right. In the top drawer, you find this letter, which I will give to you, but don't read it yet as I continue to explain what else you find.
Top drawer.
In the top drawer, there are, in addition to that letter, which is laying directly on top, it is dated for yesterday. Had to think about that for a second. Yesterday's date. There are also some items of jewelry that are very clearly, intended for a woman. There is a...
He's a cross-dresser.
a very, probably very
Just make
well
make him
done
feel pretty.
portrait of a woman with black hair, huge green eyes, very pleasant face.
Wearing any of the jewelry that I previously found?
Yes, there is a necklace with an emerald pendant that she is wearing in the picture.
As I surmised. Well, this probably his wife's stuff. That's all that's in that.
Yes.
All the drawers? Or does the 24 only give me a top drawer?
That was the top drawer. The drawer underneath that, there are two drawers in the thing. It's just like various bits of bric-a-brac and random stuff. Nothing seemingly terribly interesting. So it's, the top drawer has some fairly nice jewelry and that letter.
Is the jewelry like in a little, like a box?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take that.
Okay.
I'm going to take the portrait.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's like a nightstand, smaller portrait, not
Yes, it's a small enough to fit in the.
Okay, I'm going to grab both of those.
Okay.
And is there anything else in the room, like other?
There is
like a desk, anything?
There's not a desk, but there is a like a dresser, sort of bureau dresser type thing.
Oh, also, I'm going to, when I pull out the drawer, I'm going to feel around each of those underneath.
Roll a separate check for feel check. And also, maybe roll with your right hand so you don't have that problem. You did not find anything under the drawers.
What's a field check?
If you had rolled a nat 1, you might have gotten a splinter.
Why you keep doing that?
All right.
You prick.
So yeah, there's, a big dresser. It's got a mirror. It's much, much nicer than the dresser that Jazz found in Winifred's room.
I check my hair
Okay.
in the mirror. That's a little out of place there. All right. And then I search the dresser.
Nope.
For 14.
14. So, in the dresser, you find clothes. Very much the sort of thing that you expect to find in there. But on the floor in front of the dresser, there are some marks on the floor that are a little peculiar.
Do they correspond to the legs of the dresser?
They seem to.
Well, with my back, I don't want to try this. Where are those blasted dwarves? I poke my head out of the hallway, and I go, Jazz! Other one! Trunk!
So does anybody hear him?
I'm outside. I definitely don't hear him.
14.
Your passive perception is higher than that.
Yes, it is.
Your passive perception, you hear him.
Okay. Oh, this fucking old guy.
Yeah, my passive perception's not higher than 15.
You also hear him.
That old man's yelling for people.
He's yelling for us.
Should we go see what he wants?
Also, Sheriff!
Son of a bitch.
I was gonna say we could toss him down the stairs, but I guess not now.
Sharif? Who's...
Let's see what the hell the old guy wants.
Fine. Fuck. There's nothing left in this room anyways.
So what the hell do you want?
Oh, that was quick.
Well, it's not like...
I don't make them ascend the stairs in real time.
This dresser here.
What?
This
For the love of your God, what?
What is it? It's a hunter destroyer. What is it?
More than I'm sure he doesn't really mean it.
I think he
But he's gonna get a hammer one of these days.
Stop. Hammer time.
This dresser I noticed over here, it's got marks on the floor. It's been moved.
Move, you say.
It's a 22.
22. What are you 22ing?
Checking out that dresser.
Okay. You find a dresser.
That dresser.
In front of the dresser, there are marks on the floor. From your much better perception, you realize that the dresser has actually been moved
Like
on a pivot.
pivot.
Like it swings out and to the left.
Interesting.
I didn't want to trust my back to this.
Well, I will move it then. Out and to the left.
Okay, go ahead, give me a strength check.
No.
He throws it across the room.
We call him at a 12.
Yeah.
13.
Seems like a 12 to me. Okay, so you pull on the dresser and you go, hey, and it swings to the side. You hear it go,
I do that as slowly as possible.
along the wood floor.
Yup.
Behind,
Maintaining eye contact with Bellhead the entire time.
Boy, I'm glad I didn't move. It looks heavy.
behind the dresser, behind actually the mirror of the dresser, there is a peculiar form in the wall. It looks like a safe.
Ooh. Trunk has a theft boner.
And I'm sure that's pretty important. I've got some stuff I gotta show the sheriff. You're probably fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll check out the room.
Great.
Did you read the letter?
Not yet, no.
Okay. All right. So did he just leave you alone?
I think.
That's a nat 1. What were you trying to do?
I was going to look at the safe.
You
It's,
can't find it anymore. It disappeared.
Suddenly it is
What the
turned to be
hell?
the same color as the wall. No, you go to kind of look real close at the safe, but like your toe gets hung up on the edge of the dresser and you trip and just right into the wall. So now you have a much closer look than you ever really wanted. But from that incredibly close look, you find a keyhole because it's right there.
Fuck. Did one of us find a key? You're not with me, are you?
Oh, I'm up there.
Okay.
I'm
Did,
just standing
just
there
standing
looking
there.
at you like,
did you find a key at all?
I can look for a key.
Well, I can look for a key.
I don't know, the way you just face planted into that. I'm
Look.
not sure you can look
Look,
very
you.
well.
Nope.
Did you beat... Wait, hang on.
No,
There's a
no,
score
I
here.
didn't. I rolled a 3,
Oh.
We're off to a grand start.
which is a 9 for me.
Oh, well, I rolled a 7,
you
which is a
nope
10
me?
for me.
There you go.
I only beat you by 1.
I remain against the wall,
Okay.
apparently.
No keys here.
From this
Nope.
vantage point, you're not finding any keys.
Imagine that. Fuck. 16.
16. What is the 16 for?
Keys.
Another perception?
Yeah.
You're still not finding any keys? Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
16.
So, this safe was hidden behind a dresser. It wasn't terribly easy to get at or terribly easy to spot. It does not seem to you that the councilman was someone who would leave a key lying around somewhere.
Well, no. Is there anything on the back of the mirror?
No.
Fuck.
R12, L23.
It is not a combination lock. It
It's
is
a
a
key.
key lock.
It's a key that opens a small door to a
Combination
combination.
lock,
All right.
behind which is a thumbprint
I
scanner.
will
We
check
don't
the
even
bed.
understand that.
What is this
I will
sorcery?
not check the bed.
The bed
Behind that's
looks
a retinal scanner.
super comfortable, and as a dwarf, you're a little put off by it.
Am I?
Do you sleep in a bed? The rest of them sleep on
No, I
stone
don't.
slabs.
It's super plush, this thing.
Yeah, it's like you could jump on it and it would just absorb you,
Yeah, I do that.
and then like 2 minutes later, it would go and pop you
I
right
do.
back
I
up.
jump right on it, and I'm really apprehensive as I sink in.
Yep, it's cuddling you.
It's eating me. It's eating me.
Being
Come on,
swallowed.
Start freaking out and start stabbing the bed.
Soon I will be digested.
It's trying to digest me.
So yeah,
Am I the only one looking for a key?
I read that letter
Well,
on my
I'll
way,
try helping again.
like down the stairs, and I get to a certain point, and I fold it up, and I put it in my pocket.
so you did read it?
Yep.
What part did you get to? And are you going to share with the class?
I will share with the class when it becomes appropriate to do so, though I am going to make you read it in his voice per a good movie where the person who writes the letter reads it in their voice. I got to this part.
Oh.
So does 22 find a key?
For 22,
Just not just not jumping up and down over there.
wow.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes, it is.
I mean, we can put something on for that. Like, it's not off the
No,
table,
we're
but
Grognek,
No, it's off the table.
roll me an insight check.
Thanks for keeping our options open, buddy. I appreciate
just, we want to maintain a welcoming home.
I'm not very intelligent. 5.
You wouldn't know where a person would keep a key.
it. Possibly
You've
in
never
the
even
evidence.
seen a key.
But, not all
I've
of
seen
them.
keys. I had a set of keys earlier.
I can't even insight.
Okay, so you have a safe.
Confiscate anything off of his body.
Not a key.
You didn't try hard enough.
You didn't try at all.
I wasn't there before the sheriff.
Exactly.
Captain Tryhard.
What are you looking at me for?
Waiting to see what you're gonna do next.
I'm finding the sheriff. That's what I'm doing.
Ooh. I will check the bed again, since I'm already there.
You're being swallowed by the bed, and you're like looking around.
22.
Make
A
sure that
22.
nothing sounds like crispy cabbage.
Cabbage in the bed? What kind of animal are you? Cabbage. Oh, cabbage. Um,
You're not the DM of my life.
yes, I am. I own you. Every other Wednesday from 5 till question mark, I own you. So for a 22, like, you find pillows. Inside a pillowcase, you find a, shall we say, portrait of a scantily clad lady.
One of those French girls.
Huh.
The furry ones.
Well, that's mine.
Okay.
He won't be needing this or he's going.
This is going in the bank. I think you know what bank.
Spank bang.
Well, the bed is fruitless.
I mean,
What
it
else?
Is, it is.
I'm just gonna try to open it at this point. Just see if it just opens.
It does not.
Open the bed.
It is locked.
Nice.
I assume he meant the safe.
Yeah, the safe.
Oh,
The dresser that was moved for 19.
You don't find anything additional in the dresser. Please roll me an insight check.
That's better. 22.
Okay. You again surmise that someone who hid a safe would not hide a key in the same room. In fact, you're assuming he would probably keep it on him.
So I seriously didn't find a key when I searched his body? All that time?
For like the 30 or whatever points we got.
You didn't find a key.
Let me check that pocket watch. Nope.
It's ticking.
11.
It's ticking away. Tick, tick.
Can I open it? Does the back open?
It's gonna break it.
Seems like it might.
I can always just break it.
Don't you break my pocket watch.
If you're about to break your own pocket.
My daddy gave me this pocket watch.
This would be a dexterity check to open it without breaking it.
14.
You open it without breaking it.
Yes.
Inside, you see a set of very fine-tuned little gears and
jewels.
37.
Wow. 42.
Now, that, you open the thing up and the part of the watch you're looking at and it's all ticking and whirring and doing what it's supposed to be. Inside the lid, you find a key!
I take that key, and while I take it, and I try it in the safe.
And I accidentally
The
swallowed it.
safe
Deal.
opens.
Oh my god, what's
Wait a
inside?
minute. Okay.
What?
I have a question.
Oh, I gotta close the pocket watch first before I turn it on.
Okay.
How big is this pocket watch?
About yay big. It is a large pocket watch.
Alright.
DM just told you there was a key in the pocket watch. Shut up.
I said alright, I rolled with it.
No, the pocket watch is this big. The key folds.
It's a folding key.
It's a folding
The
key.
key is the size of a hand, the average handcuff key. It is
No. The pocket watch is this big. The key's the size of his hammer.
It's an extra dimensional pocket watch.
Bigger on the inside, yes.
Yep.
Heward's handy
Pocket watch.
pocket watch.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
How that works.
exactly it.
I have
Nice.
no idea what you guys just
The
said.
key is a sword, and when you stick it in people, it unlocks their death.
Nice.
Okay.
It's my favorite kind of story.
Looking for.
Can I talk to the sheriff while you're looking for?
I found it, but sure.
Sheriff. Was up investigating the late councilman's bedchambers. I found these jewels and jewelry, and knowing what
Half my
temptation,
ass.
I don't know if he has any relatives or,
Half my ass.
in his will, he
Can't
probably
squeal.
is leaving this to someone.
About it?
You're entirely culpable.
And so, knowing temptation
Right,
and
we've tried that
help
once.
and stuff, this sort of thing could easily disappear. They seem to have been his wife's jewels, so I wanted to give them directly to you for safekeeping until the will could be sussed out.
Ah, thank you.
Would hate for any of the staff to fall to temptation.
I must confess I wouldn't have thought of that myself.
Because you're
Well.
a terrible sheriff.
To be fair, I've got a couple of years on you.
At this point, the gardener, Lamar, returns with the undertaker, and the sheriff is sort of busy helping them get him out without doing too much damage to the body and such.
I just look at the Undertaker and
Sort of stop paying attention to you.
nothing from about here up, please.
He arches an eyebrow
Yeah.
at you.
No fiddling about. I need this this bit intact.
May I inquire as to why?
Well, if he doesn't have, like a voice box and stuff, I can't speak to him.
Oh, well, on that note, I suppose he would also still need his lungs.
I mean, it's not really... No.
Are you sure?
I mean, if you don't have another purpose for them, just keep them in there.
Well...
If you're not
I
trying
mean,
sausage,
As intact as he can be, that's great. I don't know what you
Use
do.
the intestines
Well.
for sausage.
Intact is one thing, but he's not going to last for very long.
Oh, I'll meet with you tomorrow. I can take care of that.
Excuse me?
Oh, I don't think you would understand. But I'll go into it tomorrow. It'll be as clear as it can be.
He looks to the sheriff for, confirmation. Do I listen to this crazy dwarf whom I've never seen before? And the sheriff just kind of shrugs and gives him one of those, what the hell, looks.
He's dead. What else can happen? I mean,
Yeah, it's not going to get much worse. Either he's going to putrefy and we'll have to bury him when he starts to smell, or let the dwarf do his thing.
Or we putrefy him.
All
Cause him
right.
to putrefy.
Well, thank you for your
I was gonna say, I don't know
cooperation.
how you-
I'm sure it'll pay off.
Putrefied body. It
I'm
kinda
going
just
to go
happens
back up
naturally.
This
Yeah.
hallway here and
We're
Not-
hickory
not
curing them.
Really.
check on my compatriots.
Okay.
Not really.
Meanwhile...
Trunk's always been better at looking at things than I was
Now,
in the 2 days that I've known him.
Belhad has gone downstairs, talked to the sheriff, talked to
I was
the
so hesitant
Undertaker,
to say
and then is
downstairs
coming
'cause
back
of all the
upstairs.
trouble I got in last time.
He's not gone for very long. So, you have discovered the safe. He's coming back upstairs. The safe is now open, and he is coming back upstairs, is what I mean
Is
to
there
say.
anything immediately good looking?
There are...
Dryads.
There
Just
are,
Dibs.
piles of... Not piles. There are a few pieces of paperwork, and a bag of money.
I take the bag of money.
Okay.
And then I close the safe.
Okay.
Yes, shut up.
It's a heavy bag.
Okay. Well, it's mine now.
Okay. Did you take anything else out of there, or just the money?
Just the money.
Okay.
What?
Belhad, you have arrived back in the councilman's bedroom.
Hey, old man.
Oh, yes, I just wanted to pass some things off to the sheriff. So, interestingly, one of the things I didn't want to pass off to the sheriff is I found this letter.
As you hold it up right in front of the trio.
He's not in
He's
here.
not there.
Oh,
He's still
okay.
dealing with a dead body.
I thought he followed you up here. I mean, not that I'm in there, but...
It seems to be from Figby Carruthers, the other council. Well,
The dead
one of the 2 remaining
He's still
councilmen.
alive.
Oh, the alive guy.
Yeah, it's addressed to our deceased downstairs neighbor, and it seems to detail some trepidation. Here, I'll show it to you.
I don't remember what this guy's voice even was supposed to sound
I
like.
warned you.
I know.
That
I
was
know.
time.
And I forgot to look because I've been DMing. It's not like I haven't been busy.
I'm sorry.
Sure you are.
Jerk.
Seriously.
It's like you guys make it easy on me.
No.
I do my best to not make it even close to easy on you.
Yeah, that's actively complicating your life.
Here's a widow. Let me panther her in the face.
It was a fire pelt.
I'd forgotten about the fire bell.
It was spectacular.
That was like your star moment, Josh.
One of many.
One of many, but that was the first one.
That, then
I
there was
think-
the floating in that room, the chamber.
But I think that was the first time, because, I don't think we'd been playing for that long,
No.
and I think that was the first time I'm like, oh, Playing with Josh is going to always be fun. Clearly, this is the thing. Okay, so the letter from Figby Carruthers to Amherst. You find out at this point his first name was Irving. Irving Amherst. The letter reads...
Well, I don't find out shit because I'm outside.
You don't. I mean, you're out there keeping Henry company. Because now... I'm sorry, keeping Benjamin company. Because Henry is trying to keep Winifred from losing it.
And that's his son, right?
Benjamin is the son of Henry.
Yeah.
Henry's first wife
sure you didn't put me
was
outside with the
Tallulah.
douchebag whom I want to Cardiff.
Wait, who are you killing? Christopher? You're killing Christopher for marrying Beatrice.
That guy.
Christopher.
They haven't done it yet. So.
They have not. They don't even have a ring yet.
Well, it's all about consummation, if I know human law.
Well, they were about to consummate on them towels, but things went wrong.
You're
Well,
welcome.
I did kind of break his leg.
No,
Speaking of
things
which,
were going wrong
he's gotta
anyway.
have like a bruised dick at this point.
What the hell?
Things were going
I
wrong
healed
anyway.
him for more hit points than he's had in his whole life.
Right?
He's fine. That's natural male enhancement right there.
Bong. Little hammer will do you.
And sploosh. All right. Archer reference.
Sploosh.
So the letter reads.
Whatever my version of sploosh is.
Which I guess still
What are you
sploosh.
doing?
Still sploosh.
Oh, you're getting your prop.
God damn it, Ray.
Knocking everything off. Irving, I find myself paralyzed with fear that I may be the next. 4 council members dead within a fortnight. I have written to Ferdinand and told him of these ghastly happenings.
Mr. Magellan.
I had thought perhaps of going to stay with him until all this blows over, but he recommended that I remain in Wensleydale to do what I can to calm the population. All the same, I have sent Martha to stay with relatives out of town. Ferdinand also suggested I obtain a bodyguard, but who can I trust in this town? 4 murders and no leads? It could be anyone. Of course, with that imbecile Kralis in charge of this investigation, there's no telling if there are really no clues, or if his bungling ineptitude is the only reason the guilty have not been brought to justice. Although, as I write this, another thought occurs to me. I have told you that I sent my wife away in an effort to ensure her safety. Do you recall that Adela had departed town around the time of the first murder? In all the confusion following Flanders' death, I don't know if she left before or after the murder. If it was before... ... There might be something to this. I will think on it tonight, and you and I can meet tomorrow to discuss it. Figby Carruthers.
Or, no.
This was dated for yesterday.
So Figby thinks his wife killed people?
No, not his
No.
wife. Presumably.
Thinks that he did.
Whoever this Adela is.
Figby's wife is Martha.
Oh, okay.
He sent her away to basically keep her out of the crossfire.
This guy's wife, what's his face?
This guy's wife is dead.
Oh,
Carruthers' wife is dead.
okay.
We don't know who Adela
Somebody's
is.
wife.
Died in childbirth.
We don't know who the name is.
Yes, the name was Adela, but you don't know
We don't know. We have to...
who that might be.
So you found that.
did?
I found this.
Oh. Any luck getting into it?
I found this.
Did you
Wow.
unlock the thing right just
Yes.
now? Okay. The door to the safe opens. It's about a foot cubic inside. There are some papers.
Human foot or dwarven foot?
Dwarven foot.
Nice.
Definitely.
Metric.
Proper.
Proper foot.
Real foot.
Real foot.
So there are some papers inside.
Yeah, there's always documents, always proven lightning. Not to me, though.
Seems like they make you weigh more.
What?
Nothing. I was talking about those documents.
11.
11.
You want to help me look through these papers? There might be something important in here.
No.
They look really boring and sort of legal, and
What am I
it's
doing?
all
Insight?
jargon.
Investigate.
Yes, an insight. Well, investigation check, please. Yes, that's right. I forgot that was a thing.
17.
For a 17. Where's my notebook?
I'm stupid, so
So,
I'll go with his 17.
as you are...
Do I eat the papers?
Pack of drooling retards.
As you see me trying to eat a
Hang
paper.
it.
No. No.
Mate. Here, hold that over there.
I won't go into the, like,
Never understood
super
this
specific word for word, but the bulk of the paperwork seems to be sort of the kind that you found on his desk, except there's definitely something a little bit different. Most of the paperwork that was on the desk was signed by Carruthers and Amherst both, as like the two remaining council members. Some of the paperwork had been a little bit older and had the form, like one of the last still living council members. All of these only have Irving Amherst's signature on them, and they are detailing for your investigation check, he's taking bribes, or he was before he did.
Find something.
Somebody was getting some kickback.
Oh.
Do we know what Amherst was in charge of before he died?
Everything.
Yeah, unfortunately, like various bits of paperwork of differing kinds would have been dispersed to different council members, but with everybody croaking.
Yeah. Well, quite a lot recently, but I don't know exactly when there was more of a functioning council. How old are these?
They
Yes.
Roll me a carbon date check.
They range in date from a little over a year ago to within the last couple of weeks.
So what was going on until right before he died?
So most of these might have been under his specific purview, because the one murder didn't happen too long ago, is because Tommy Squarepants was fleeing that investigation.
That was the first murder.
Oh.
All... Was it 4 or 5?
Yeah, so
All of the
that was-
murders have happened within about 2 weeks.
So most of these papers are from a town with a intact council.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Is it like a list of names or businesses? Or?
It's a little bit of both, actually. Like, you're seeing names of individuals, not anybody that you personally know.
There's no Adela on this list?
There is no Adela on the list. Actually, go ahead and roll an investigation check, another one.
Same one. 17.
I'm
You
gonna
do find
help.
the name of someone that you recognize.
Is it Brodick?
I'm gonna help.
It is not Brodick.
Is it, what's his face?
It probably is. Could you be a little more specific?
Former blacksmith.
Yes. Algernon Jones IV.
That guy.
Now, this particular,
He did it. Kill him.
it's
Yep.
one of the older pieces of paperwork, dated for nearly a year ago, and it was an application basically for a building permit to put an addition on his blacksmith shop that had originally been, according to the notes in the margins, it had been turned down because where he wanted to put the addition... What is ticking?
I have no idea.
The pocket watch.
Right?
It was an Indian burial ground.
Was like where somebody's chicken coop was, and so
Really?
you're not
Can't just drag a chicken coop down the aisle?
No.
well.
The fucking chicken coop.
The thing is
They're very
that the
sensitive.
reason that person's chicken coop was there was because it was their property. He wanted to put an addition on his blacksmith shop that would have crossed over the property boundary.
Capitalism over everything. Money.
Hey, maybe that person was selling eggs. You don't know.
So
You don't know.
It would have been a shame if something were to happen to those chickens.
Arise, chicken. Well, no, I won't give you any free information. There's nothing in the paperwork detailing this.
So, it comes down to building permits. What did I tell you?
Well,
always building
There,
permits.
that was a building permit, but there were some other sort of things. There were contracts with names that you don't recognize that basically were trying to get Councilman Amherst to use his sway in the town council to decide things one way or another. There was one particular contract that you're reading was that someone was trying to stop the building of a new school and wanted the councilman to vote against it.
It's the mirror.
Yeah.
So it's Jeff.
It's always Jeff, because he
Always
can't
Jeff
sit still.
in your idle movement.
So yeah, anytime, somebody wanted a little bit of sway in the town council, it seems like they would go to Amherst and pad his pockets a little bit, and he would use what weight he had to throw around in the council.
Gotta love those lobbyists.
He was a politician.
Corruption. Always shameful.
Well, he's dead now, so that solved itself.
Yep. Alright, so you found that stuff.
Well, we're going to have to figure out who this Adela is. We should probably talk to Figby. He wrote the letter. He knows perfectly well who she is, and we want to warn him anyway.
Yeah, my guess is he's going to be the next one to die.
Well, that or the sheriff. It's sort of a 50-50.
No, the sheriff. He's not a real politician. He's on the council by default. He doesn't want to be.
That's a good thought. Why am I talking to you? You're not here.
Talking to voices in your head
From
again there, old man?
downstairs and outside on the porch, you make a good point.
Hey,
You guys are speaking telepathically.
Hey, old man, are you talking to voices in your head? Something?
Possibly.
You got something going
That's
on
so
over
bad.
there we need to be informed of? You going a little crazy?
The dead man is speaking to me.
I just need a rest. Oh,
I mean,
well.
if you can't go to sleep, I can help you with that. I can put you to sleep.
I told you going unconscious is like super bad for you.
So,
I'll just choke him out.
why don't you,
Jesus.
How is that better?
why don't you,
Because I'm not blunt force trauma.
Wow.
I want to go over to talk to the guy, but why don't you, sort of clean that out? If anything proves particularly relevant immediately to this investigation, we can turn it in. I'd like to look into those a little more deeply at a later date. Sort of close that all back, huh?
Okay. So you close the letters back up. You pocket the one from Carruthers. And then what do you do?
We go and try to find...
You made a paper airplane out of it, threw it out the window so it would hit Jez Grewley.
We try to find Figby. Actually, I would like to... Did we find out what Winifred was out to obtain?
She said that she went and just ran some basic errands and then went to her sister's.
All right. I want to know what those errands were.
They were sisters. Named Aaron.
She went to her sister's
They
and
were
stayed
basic
there for
bitches.
most of the day. She went and bought some fabric and that was basically it. Henry does all the food shopping because he doubles as the cook.
And what did she forget? She forgot something in the house and came back.
Yeah, that was your statement.
You don't know, you never asked.
That's not true. I did specifically ask that question.
Who did you ask?
Zone of Truth was not available. So
You didn't ask Winifred.
I did. I specifically asked that question. I was standing in the hallway. I was pissed. And so I was pretty much attempting to
Well, I'll
interrogate
go ask her now.
But it didn't.
That's fine. I knew that they said that she forgot something, so
So,
I'll go try to find her.
okay.
Come along, everybody.
So am I taking all the papers out
Yeah.
of the safe? Is there anything other than those papers left in the safe?
Nope.
Okay. Close it up, push the thing back.
There's a lot of stuff here, and I want to go through it a little bit more deeply. If something comes up that the sheriff should know about, I'll tell him.
3/4 chub?
No, we're going back.
So, yeah,
What the
and
hell
just
is going on out there?
sort of place that all back where it was.
Yeah, sure.
Good job on unlocking that thing, by the way. You're pretty handy.
Well, I found the key.
Oh,
Sure.
where was the
Just
key?
throw yourself right underneath the bus.
You jack.
Can't just
I
take
found
it.
it.
Where'd you find it?
Don't worry about it. I can't give away my trade secrets.
No, just that you're in that.
Trade secrets, you should have let him think you picked the lock.
Yeah.
Although, maybe, like, lock-picking skills are not something that you want to
Not
laud
especially,
at
right?
the father.
I don't know. He told me he found it on the floor.
Awfully careless humans.
Uh-huh.
I'm not even going to make you roll a deception check because he's just going to believe that. Because humans do a lot of stupid shit.
It's really convenient when your explanation to fill the gaps is racism.
Check. Okay.
See, this is the danger of that. Is that you don't learn actual things. Because you're just like, yeah, alright, racism.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Completely
Seems
plausible.
legit.
I have a trait that is I am inflexible in my thinking.
Nice.
That's a trait?
Yeah, it's one of my flaws. It's not a
Oh,
trait.
okay.
It's one of the flaws.
It's not a trait, it's a flaw.
I was going to say, that
Not
seems
the
like
same
more of a
thing.
negative, but whatever. Who might
That's
judge?
okay. My flaw is entertaining.
So that's all back. Did you check under the mattress? I always
Mattress.
hiding stuff.
It tried to eat me.
If you did check under the mattress, which I'm pretty sure you did because you got like a 22, the mattress weighs a metric fuck ton. It's really heavy.
Wow, that's disturbingly soft.
Lay on it. It's...
He
No.
may not be able to get up.
That's the idea.
Help!
Just turtle.
He keeps trying to hit it one-handed with a hammer. Let go, beast!
Another hep dwarf.
That's what I have the enhance ability. It's just enhance ability, stand up. Every once in a while I need that in the mornings.
So anyway, you have the things that I told you that you had.
Very good.
You go downstairs.
Yeah.
And
I want to find Winifred.
there's nobody really in the hallway anymore. The sheriff has departed with the Undertaker.
Yeah.
You hear the sounds of just weeping coming from, like, further into the house.
You want to go find that fig tree guy?
Wait, what? What?
You wanted to go find the fig tree.
It's
guy.
definitely
What fig tree guy?
feminine weeping.
Okay. Well, that's
Whatever the fuck that guy's name was.
probably
Oh,
down
fig-
here.
Yeah, that's it. Fig
Wonder
fig
if,
tree. Same thing.
Wonder if Jazz
We'll
is
find it when he
outside. I'm gonna go check
But
the
it might be
front
better to find him
first.
sooner.
Okay. You find Jazz and Benjamin. Jazz, what have you been doing for the last, like, 20 minutes?
Pouting.
Pouting? Have you been, like, openly pouting?
No, just pissing.
Okay.
Just have a look at irritability.
Have you been making conversation with Benjamin?
Absolutely not. It's super awkward for him.
Okay, yeah, it is a little bit. By this point, the crowd has definitely dispersed, although you do notice around the fringes some looky-loos coming to watch the body being carted away.
And those people, I just fucking give the death stare to until they turn and walk away.
Intimidate check at advantage, please.
I heard it.
hate your face. Go away now.
I hate your feet. I'm sorry, are you rolling a d12 right now? Because that's not how you do an intimidation check.
Well, apparently that's how I do.
Well, I mean...
That is a disservice.
And your best score is really shitty.
All the time.
That's cocked.
Yeah, I don't...
Go ahead and roll it again.
Try the table.
So that's a 16. And that was a 3.
Okay, so we'll go with the 16. What's your mod?
The surface is flat.
Ish.
Flatten your surface, buddy.
Dear God. It's a +1 modifier.
So 17. Okay.
So I
So
mean mug the piss.
The people who are like, you know, starting to encroach back upon Amherst's front lawn,
You threatened to mow their hawk.
you just give the evil stare to, and suddenly they remember that they left the kettle on and must go home with haste.
The old man's gonna come on again and yell at people.
You don't want to be here.
Then Fire Hands is gonna tickle
So-
people's nose hairs.
Bellhead, you come out, and the sheriff has already departed and is going back down the hill with the Undertaker, but you see Jazz Gruely just looking daggers at
Just wait until I turn it into
everyone.
water snakes.
Like there's a bunny in the yard, and he's just
Jazz.
looking at you, bunny.
The bunny's probably alright.
So you say.
Fuck the bunny.
It looks like you've done your job down here. I don't see anybody trying to get in. I think they can handle it from now. After all, Sheriff took the body away, and that's most of the looky-loos stuff.
So, Bellhead, with your passive perception, you will notice that now that someone else is out here to sort of keep an eye on Jazz Gruely, Benjamin goes back inside.
He just morphs into the fucking house
No,
slowly
he's
backwards.
been, like, watching you to make sure that you don't just lose your shit and lay waste to the entire house.
Well, see,
Not exactly an unwise precaution given the circumstances.
he's not too concerned about
Like,
it.
he didn't think that you were a problem until you came outside with that look on your face and just,
Spectacular.
yeah, super angry.
Let's go talk to Winifred a little bit more. I want to nail down bits of her story.
Fair enough. I say we take that Christopher fellow with us.
Oh, he's got to have business elsewhere by now, I would think.
He better not. And then I just arbitrarily follow him.
Okay.
Give verbal harassment. And then...
They can take care of their own porch.
Okay. So if you're following the sounds of feminine weeping, first of all, what are you two doing right now? Trunk and Grognek.
They're not following me.
Again.
I would have turned around and tried to find them.
I was talking about going and finding Fig Tree or Figsby or whatever.
We're gonna-
you crack.
I am intending on doing that,
Fizzwillow.
but I want
Yeah.
to talk to Winifred.
I was intending on doing it now.
Because he loves to split the party and make my life difficult.
I'm trying to not unsplit the party right now.
I'll help. I'll help split the party then.
Yet
You're a
again,
dick.
we are in the exact same predicament we find ourselves in the beginning of this.
You! Come over here!
I want to take you
Sneaking
to a game bar.
Gotta go over to a place and talk to a guy.
Yeah, that's
Is
where we're
his
going.
name Fig Tree?
Want everybody there. It's Figby.
Yeah, same thing.
Keep an eye on these people.
He, at this point, he is like, profession keep eye on something.
I noticed that he was tweaked up in that direction.
Yes.
So.
He just likes, he's looking at things so hard right now.
Can't keep an eye on both of us if we run in different directions.
That is true.
So, if you are following the sounds of feminine weeping, you go back down the hall there through the huge dining room, and in the kitchen.
Wait, now we're going back inside?
Yes.
Wait, what?
You guys never left the house.
You never left the
You are
house.
still in the house. He only went outside
To the
onto
front
the front porch
to
to
get hit
find
by
Jazz Gruely.
Also that.
Okay.
So, in the kitchen, you find, sitting on a chair, Winifred. She's
Moldir.
sitting there and is, like, just sort of silently weeping. The sounds of hysterics that you're hearing are coming from Beatrice.
Worth it.
She is also sort of sitting in a chair, head in her hands, just bawling. And Christopher is standing by, just trying to be supportive, but he doesn't really know what to do. In the room, just very shortly before you guys arrived there, is Benjamin, who is sort of digging around in cabinets. When you guys walk in, he presents you with a carton of tea leaves and says, "This is the tea that I served him."
I'll take that. You murderer.
So he... Did you actually say that?
Yes.
Wow, it's a bold move.
Wow! He kind of gives you a dirty look and then hands it to Belhad.
Excuse me.
Well, I mean,
Wait, who's getting dirty looks and for what?
to be
Trunk
fair,
is
I'm the
getting a
one that
dirty
needs
look
it.
for just screaming
The death
that...
tea?
No, that's
You need the
that
death
killed
tea?
a guy.
I know, but I can suss out that if it's got poison in it tomorrow after I sleep.
Can I give it? Give me the
Are
thing.
you sure you won't eat it?
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna eat death tea.
I don't know, like
Oh,
he
that's-
licked mold off a wall in a past life.
I'll let you hold the box,
Total different guy.
I don't know who you're talking
but I'm
about.
gonna need to see that tomorrow.
Give it a whiff. Does it
You die.
waft it?
It smells like tea.
Does it smell like the death tea?
Did you get a good whiff of the death tea? Like the wet paperwork?
As it was
and stuff?
eating through the floor.
If you smelled the tea that was on the table, like that he had spilled, it smelled like tea.
Just regular.
It didn't have a weird smell to it.
Oh.
But this tea, the tea leaves that you are smelling, smells like that tea.
Where did you get this tea?
The tea was in the cupboard. He has a cup of it every day.
Where did it come from?
At the general store.
Who sold it to you?
When did you buy it? From what lot number?
Where was it grown?
Who got it?
Ron Bailey sold it to me
When?
2 weeks ago.
Did you buy it personally?
I did.
What cup did you put it in? Well,
The
you know what
cup
you
that
put it
was
in.
on his desk.
Yes,
I switched cups. I
So-
put it in this cup, and then I take it up there and I pour it in his cup.
Who cleans the cups?
The clock
That would
cleaner.
be Beatrice.
Beatrice.
You murderess.
Is it the same cup every time?
No. It's a set. It's just, I mean, it probably is actually the same one. He's the only one that ever drinks out of them, and it's the one closest to the door.
What did you brew it in?
Henry indicates a tea kettle and a French press sort of thing.
Who had access to these?
All of the staff.
Have these been washed?
Murderers.
What?
The French press and the tea kettle thing. Have you washed these?
The tea kettle just had water in it. The French press has been washed.
Murderer. Who washed it?
The murderer?
Beatrice.
Murderer.
Beatrice washes dishes.
Trunk, you're gonna have to dial back the wild
Accusation.
accusations.
You'll be right one of these times. And then you'll see.
Yes.
Everybody's got to be right eventually. Right?
So there's only one kitchen in the house. So like the kitchen that the staff cooks the food for the councilmen, and like the kitchen where the staff cooks food for themselves is the same kitchen.
Beatrice, drink this water.
There's a lid for this tea, right? Or...
Yeah, it's basically like, you know, the little canisters that you get with Twining's tea in it. It looks a lot like that, except it's not Twining's brand.
I'll put the lid back on and hand it back to Belfast.
Belfast? Who's that?
All right.
Belfast.
And it's a little bit empty.
Belfast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get to stop it in my
he has a cup of this
Air
tea
Yeah.
every day at the same time without fail.
Well, not this tea.
The other
Otherwise,
one.
he'd have been dead a lot sooner.
What does he take in his tea?
He drinks it black.
Death.
Certainly not poison.
Not usually. At that, Beatrice starts wailing again.
Murder.
Does he usually take poison in his tea?
You usually ask for this sort of thing, okay?
All right. Well, I'm going to take that kettle as well. And,
Henry gets a sack from under the sink and starts bagging up everything that you want to take with you.
and I'll take the French press just for the heck of it.
Okay.
I just start pointing at things and having him shove it in the bag.
Point at Beatrice.
Like he's not going to need it anymore.
I'll
I
get
think
this
I'll-
back to you tomorrow. I need
Well,
to examine it, you understand?
Or we won't.
Well, I don't reckon that we'll be wanting to see it anytime soon.
Or you could probably stay away from the tea. Which cupboard does the tea usually sit in?
The cupboard that Benjamin pulled it down from is still open.
Okay, I'm gonna look in that cupboard.
Just put the cupboard in the bag.
Take it off the wall.
The whole thing.
I can't look at anything for any reason.
My look at things skill is
14 look at things.
in that same cupboard there are a lot
Is
of
there an investigation? Oh, Jesus. I've been doing perception this whole time?
Well, what is it as an investigation?
8.
Wow.
-1 on investigations.
I'm gonna let you keep your perception.
Okay.
Because you're just looking around.
Just looking.
So
He's like, "Hey,
in
look at me."
this same cupboard
You
are
gotta
a
look
lot
with
of
your
like
eyes,
dry
not your
goods.
face.
There are crackers, there's rice, there's like something that is sort of akin to a breakfast cereal.
I keep pointing to all of it to have the kid
Any
put it in the bag.
additional tins of tea?
No. That is the only one.
Okay.
Are there any dead rats?
No.
He's got to be running
Henry
out of space in
keeps
this bag.
a cleaner kitchen than that. There are no dead rats.
We need to find a rat
Just making sure it's not, the plague.
and give it some of the tea and see if it kills it, or if it was just that one cup.
Well, who served the tea?
Beatrice.
Well, I mean,
No.
you could do
Benjamin
that.
served the tea. Henry brewed the tea.
Murderers.
Let's just pull out 2 tea leaves and have both of them eat one.
They're not like just full tea leaves. This is loose leaf tea and they're little tiny pieces.
Okay, so we'll
if
give
I-
them spoons and make them eat a spoonful.
Oh, that's the worst. Eat a spoonful of tea.
Especially acid tea.
No, we find a rat. We feed it some tea.
Or you could just wait until tomorrow when he can
Before we
see
go
if it's
around-
poison.
Killing animals randomly.
It's a rat. Nobody cares.
For the record, I don't like rats, and I still think that's a terrible thing.
Well, I say we make Christopher.
It's the invention of animal testing.
Make Christopher drink the tea.
He's got a thing.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
So seriously, what are we doing here? Because I'm a little angry and I could go use the other place. Pay
Winifred,
$3 cold coin,
Yes?
get some butt stuff.
Well, on that note, hang on.
Jazz,
Hey.
Jazz, come here.
you said you came back to the house and
Come on.
you forgot
Arm around the
something.
shoulder. Let's walk.
I didn't come back to the house. I left this morning, and I have been gone ever since. I just got back
Gotta
half an
find
hour
out
ago.
what's in there. We gotta. So we can.
What?
All 3 of us, and we'll just leave the old man.
Beatrice.
All 3 of us, cut that in half.
Okay. To rewind to last session,
What?
No, that's just you and me.
Yeah, no, that's just
It
right
was
here. Right, and then all 3
Lamar
of us, we go over to
who
the
said
whorehouse.
that
Oh,
Winifred
no, I
had
went
left
for it.
and come
What?
back.
I thought Beatrice did.
Beatrice said that it was supposed to have been
Her day off.
Winifred's day off.
And I said, supposed to have been. What do you mean, supposed to have been? It's like, oh, she was back
See, then we
here.
go over there. And just leave the old man here.
Yes. But you never asked Winifred up until this point.
Right.
Murderer.
But Beatrice said it.
Are you just calling everybody a
Beatrice
murderer?
said
Stop
it
calling
was supposed to be her
everybody a
day
murderer.
off, and then she just continued spewing sort of worthless information.
Yeah, and then I made her elucidate
Yes.
that point.
So, Winifred tells you that she never came back. She left the house, fairly early in the morning,
Okay.
and has been gone ever since.
Beatrice, did you not say that she came back?
Well, Lamar told me that she had come back. At this point, Winifred looks at Beatrice and says, "Well, what do you believe in Lamar for? He's probably been at the drink again.
Lamar.
I
Huh?
promise you I never came back." Beatrice says, "Well then, who locked the door?" And Winifred says, What door? What are you talking about?" And she says, the door to the cellar that Christopher was supposed to come in through.
Cellar door, didn't you guys come in that way? Isn't that
Yeah. We came in that way.
Well, he came in through Christopher.
Was that door locked?
No.
No.
Wait, was it? Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was. I had to kick it open.
It was
Yes.
locked.
I'm sorry. I'm
It
sorry,
was-
Father. It
It was
indeed-
definitely locked.
It was totally locked.
And you kicked it open. And
I
you
broke-
knew that he had kicked it open because you saw a boot print that was very obviously his on the door.
That was supposed to be open.
Beatrice blushes, and she's
Like a whore.
she's still like choking a little bit because she's very emotional, and she says, "Well, I had left
She's very
the door
murderous.
unlocked because Christopher was
Right.
coming
Murder
to
whore.
visit."
We've been down there.
And Christopher says, "But when I arrived, the door was locked."
Is it the type of door that you need a key for
No,
on both sides?
it's a hook and eye latch,
Yeah. Okay.
just like at my mom's house. 'Cause that's
Then
how
why was the jackass
Somebody-
fumbling for keys?
he wasn't.
Oh, we just found keys.
You
Yeah, I
found
just
you
found
found
keys.
a key on his person that did not go to that door.
That's why I kicked it open.
That's
Yeah.
why you kicked it open.
And also because I was infuriated with waiting.
So,
He just decided to break down the door.
well, there goes the thought about asking who has a key to that door.
Henry has gone a little quiet. He says,
Murderer.
"I locked the door."
Henry,
Uh,
what'd you do that for, Henry?
Well,
I twist my head ever so slightly.
he looks a little shy and then looks at Beatrice and gives her a look like, a scolding father would give a sort of wild daughter. "You are too young to be carrying on with this lad, so I locked him out. Besides, murderers about, councilmen being mown down left and right, and you leave a door to the outside open? Anyone could have gotten in."
I now walk over to him, put my arm around his shoulder, and I'm like, "You are absolutely right. Beatrice, you should know better. Christopher's bad people."
oh, Christopher's a decent lad.
Father, I feel
Debatable.
like you're side railing here. Let's keep on track.
Planning to marry her anyway. Which should be nice. I'm a cleric. Anyhow, so you didn't come back at all.
No. I left this morning and I went to the store and I bought some fabric and I bought some cookies to take to my
Lucky little
sister's
shits.
for lunch. And I was there with her for the rest of the day.
And you
Playing
say
cards.
it was the gardener that told you that she had come back, Beatrice.
Yes.
And you
Lamar.
say that the gardener is unreliable?
Well, he's flighty and a bit of a drunkard.
Lamar. Where's Lamar? The murderer.
You
He
were
went to fetch
wearing
the Undertaker.
you were
Let's
wearing
go find
what
Lamar.
you're wearing
Yeah,
now
she has not changed.
all day.
She's only been back for like half an hour.
Okay, and what is she wearing?
She's wearing a sort of shapeless black frock.
That's hot.
And now she's wearing a white apron over it that she was not wearing earlier.
Oh, man.
What is her
That's hot.
general description?
She's an older lady. She's probably
Like-
like mid-60s.
Silver hair?
Yeah, white
Okay.
hair done up in a bun that's a little bit, frayed around the edges at this point from sort of a long day and emotional.
murdering.
Her face is pretty, lined and wrinkled, and
From a long day of murdering.
Yep.
So, assuming Lamar isn't entirely delusional, he could have perhaps seen someone he mistook for you come back into the house. Where is Lamar?
He brought the Undertaker back, and that's the last we heard.
no one in the room knows where he is at present.
I will go find him. And I
Search
turn
party
around
for
and I
Lamar.
just start screaming, Lamar!
Christ, Jazz Gruely, I could have done that.
Can you? You're busy interrogating people. You're busy interrogating people.
Well, at least go and scream it outside.
I am. I'm walking actively through the house screaming his name.
I'll go with him.
Like an asshole.
It's
Yep.
like a
I'm gonna
Doppler
go
effect.
too. We're all just gonna walk around screaming Lamar.
Anyway,
We're just standing opposite into the same exact room.
I guess
Lamar!
I'll go find them. What were the errands? You said you went to a... I know those, right?
Yeah.
Fabric store thing? Okay,
She
good.
went to the fabric store and, she went to the general
I'm even
store.
going to the point. I'm
That
opening
should
up
be it
cupboards
for
and
now.
shouting
I
into cupboards.
may ask you some questions again in the future. Please don't leave town. And I follow them.
Okay. So where... First of all, Trunk, you are following also?
I'm following Jazz specifically.
Okay. Jazz, where are you leading? Because apparently you're being followed.
I'm walking towards the door, yelling, expecting not to hear anything until we get to the outside.
You are not disappointed in not hearing anything before you get to the outside.
I don't know if you heard this or not, but he said it's getting to the point where he's literally opening cabinet doors and yelling Lamar's name into the cabinet.
You're not finding any response in the cabinet.
I'm just because.
What are you rolling?
Sleight of hand.
What are you sleight of handing?
I try to slip Jazz the that nudie picture. You need this more than I do, apparently.
I'm kind of wondering who it is, but since I didn't see it, I can't compare it.
Nope.
So that's kind of a bummer
Jazz.
for the storyline.
You're being offered a portrait of a very scantily clad woman.
But is she attractive?
She is. She also looks vaguely familiar.
Like, how familiar?
Not
Like, in the biblical sense familiar?
No. But could have been in the biblical sense had Sasha not staked a claim on you.
Hey. I think I've seen this girl.
Okay.
Wait, was she one of the porch dwellers, as I like to call them?
No.
Okay.
Probably would have met him.
She was one of the... No. She was one of the multitude. It wasn't really a multitude. I think there were 20 altogether.
But the ones that are trying real hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clearly one of the tryers real hard.
Yes.
I had intentions.
One of the ones who gave Sasha a super dirty look when she said, "Dibs, bitches."
Way to go, try hard.
So,
Somebody else to question.
we need to investigate that.
Yes, we do. We need to investigate whatever.
Right now.
Well, we need
So,
to go investigate
Father,
something.
we need to go to the brothel because this young lady here, and I show you the picture. Sorry for that. Anyhow, so I cover half of her up with my hand. So he only sees like the important things.
The head and
Yeah.
the legs.
That way I can imagine she's meatier.
And hairier. Disgusting bastard. No.
Yikes.
Anyhow, so I've seen her when myself.
Grognek.
Yes, Grognek.
That-
No one can remember your name
Myself
today.
and that
Yes.
Myself and Monkey Man decided to go over to the House of Ill Repute.
You were
I
being
believe I
attacked by
see this
placemats.
young lady. I believe that Trunk found this in the house, in the gentleman's house. Yes.
God damn it. Yes.
Oh!
Right in the hook, too. You should be more careful.
Why can't I just facepalm in peace?
It's funny for me because you got hurt.
You could just
Facepalm
take that
mirror!
because now you're just gonna hit Josh with it.
Josh is hiding under a sleeping bag like that's gonna help.
I know.
Right?
It's a mental thing.
It's a mental.
Okay, so you guys were out
It's
on
a
the
lot of
front.
light just...
Is anybody still yelling Lamar?
Where did
No.
you? In
No.
the house?
Found
So
it
you
on
got-
the
We got distracted.
You got
Under
out the
one of the
front
pillows.
door and then stopped yelling for Lamar?
Yes.
Okay.
Told you should have laid on the bed.
Weren't we looking for somebody?
I mean, after finding that picture, you think I should have laid on the bed?
Well, I didn't land in anything crunchy.
I don't have cast black light today.
So I just, after I've said this, and now you guys are talking, I am just making my way towards the actual House of Ill Repute.
Okay.
Look, we can follow up on that later. I don't want you to get distracted.
Who's going to get distracted? I'm going to investigate.
yeah,
And I say it
investigation.
just like that. Investigate. Clearly she was
Appear to
a
be
lover,
bleeding.
Good.
or at least someone he was interested in.
Okay.
So obviously, she may be the person who a potential will might be made to. So she's a potential suspect in a murder investigation.
Yes. Well, I'm very committed to investigating this lead, but not leaving you alone while we do it.
We're not leaving.
We're not leaving him
We're
alone.
a fucking group. We're all four going in, and
And
I
a
got you if you're
fucking
interested when
group.
we get there, Father.
This deals with the murder and the deceased. I want to go talk to Figby Carruthers because he's not dead yet.
And you're worried that someone's going to kill him the next, I don't know,
Hour?
hour?
Yes.
Can we make that 2?
Well, I mean,
Just to be safe.
arrangements could be made, I guess. 2 hours.
Fine, but I would really prefer if we went and talked to this young lady, if possible, directly after seeing the other commissioner or council member.
You know,
if that is agreeable.
I only got one more shot of Zone of Truth, and if we want to use it on Carruthers, wouldn't be able to use it on her.
But I'm not allowed to be alone.
But if we brought her over...
Yes.
Hey, wait. How
That's
about
it.
you go get him and bring him here? And we'll go there.
I'm not sure knocking on the man's door and asking him to accompany me to the brothel
Tell him you're paying.
is going to have the proper...
Tell him
Besides,
you're paying.
I'm sure he's got staff and stuff I'd like to talk to as well.
No, it's perfectly
Just
normal.
invite them all out.
How about...
It's a
I
company
don't
picnic.
have the coin for that.
I did have the coin for that.
Did you?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Are you sure?
Where is the brothel in
You know
relationship
Platinum's
to
only
where they
10
told
gold,
me
right?
Figby's is?
Figby lives
everyone wants
fairly
bucks
close to where Amherst lived.
Yeah, he's just
To
down
his
the road.
Estate.
Brothels.
The brothel is on the other side of town. Because you're in the sort of very well-to-do...
You know who she is. Go get her and bring her over here.
My suggestion, perhaps I will ask the madam if she'd be so kind as to let the young lady come on a potential date with me, and she can be dressed a little more appropriately when we return to the councilman's home.
Fair,
By more
fair strategy. Also, she won't know what we're up to.
By more appropriately, you mean less, right?
Here, that is that's an
Man,
official.
that's disappointing.
That's an official expense. I'm going to throw some coin your way. So she actually thinks that you're doing it. You'd have to pay, of course.
Wait. Of course, I don't know. Grognek threw the madam a good... I'll tell you later.
Again?
Well, I didn't tell him about him nailing the madam. I only told everyone about me nailing Sasha.
Grognek and the madam. Always go for the management. That's a pro tip.
So I make my way over there. Do you accompany me, Grognek?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
To
him.
the hosieries, I'm going to call it now.
Trunk, where are you going?
I will go with Bellhead.
You will go with Bellhead. Okay, so an even split. All right.
As per usual.
Out of Trunk and Bellhead, which one of you has the higher initiative modifier.
Me.
It's gotta be him. I can barely move.
Trunk and Bellhead, what are you doing?
Well, since we're split, and they're alone at this point, Trunk takes the time to confide in Bellhead that he's been having some very disturbing dreams ever since leaving Dharn Moldir. Some sort of giant, fiendish demon creature, hellscapes, fire, pain, death. They speak to me.
What do they usually say?
I don't know. I think they want favors from me.
That sounds dangerous.
It does. The promise is alluring.
Sure, you're not just sort of guilty over something.
No.
Taking people's stuff, maybe.
No. No, I don't feel guilty about that.
Some sort of punishment complex.
No, I've never felt guilty about that.
I don't think you should... I don't remember any of my dreams. I don't think you should make any deals with a demon. I mean, are they offering anything?
Power.
There's always a hitch.
They're not very specific yet as to what I am paying in return.
It's never beneficial, to my experience. There's always... Your side of it's always a little heavy.
Well, you're going to have to tell... It's making me curious about divinity, specifically the magic you're doing.
Oh, well. To say that I'm doing it is, I don't know, a little incorrect, though reasonable to assume. I'm basically just entreating Moradin for assistance. My power isn't really mine. It stems from Moradin himself. Through years of devotion and agreement, he's willing to intercede in various ways. I can channel that into specific abilities, but the source of the power itself, why, that's nothing to do with me.
So all the fun and none of the responsibility.
Well, definitely have to use it responsibly, or I'd stop being able to access the power. Moradin has his own ideas in this. Of course, I can't use it against his will.
Well, this has been an enlightening conversation.
Has it?
I had no idea you were so interested in the church.
Not really the church.
Remind me, I'll have to have the abbot speak to you when we get back to Dharn Moldir.
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary.
I can provide you some reading material.
That could be interesting.
I've got some pamphlets.
What?
Pamphlets with an M, not pamphlets.
I've got some pamphlets.
Pan flips?
Pancakes.
I've got some pancakes.
Okay, so we determined that Trunk had the higher initiative mod out of the two of them, but since we continued on with a little bit of Trunk Bellhead sort of soloing while you guys were out feeding your nicotine habit, we are going to ignore that and go to you guys.
Peter the Little, the cat and the fiddle.
You wanted to hear the good news of Moradin. I think.
So,
Well, he heard it.
Are you guys doing anything on the way to the brothel, or can we
I am
just sort of...
skipping. I'm finally, for the first time today, happy.
Okay. He's skipping. Grognek,
I am not skipping.
you are not skipping. I didn't think that you were.
I am skipping, and how many humans am I passing?
Several. There are quite
And
a few people out. It's
do
getting kind of late in the afternoon, so it's like the time of day when people
Are out the most.
are doing things.
Like, how much gawking is going on?
A lot.
Because
There is a significant amount of gawking.
I am not just skipping. I am skipping like a fucking hippie girl would skip.
Yeah.
Just all whimsical. And I'm this gigantic man. Just
You're a dwarf.
all over
actually.
the place.
You're
Being way
this
more delicate than any dwarf has any business being.
huge, muscly, burly dwarf with a mohawk and, like, just
A gigantic
angry.
battle axe.
A huge battle axe, and you're dancing down the street like it's your job. So, Grognek, you're
Embarrassed as
not
fuck.
skipping.
Yeah, not skipping.
Are you, like, trying to act like you don't know
Opening
him? Because you're a dwarf, and I don't think people would believe it.
People are
Yeah,
all...
no, I'm pretty sure people are. So I know him, but I'm just shaking my head.
I know him.
Like,
But I wish I didn't.
Every time we get into a human community, they always assume we know all other
I
dwarves.
know.
Racist.
We're not like those humans. We don't...
Oh, do you know Gimli? No.
who the fuck is
Besides,
Gimli?
he's a gnome.
Wait, what?
That's a joke. Because
Yeah.
it actually meant that I knew him.
What?
Okay. Whatever.
Yo.
Okay, so besides skipping and prancing,
Yeah, no, the mirror's over here. You're safe.
he really was bleeding too.
In a minor medical emergency.
Right?
From a face palm.
It only took 6 sessions before blood was drawn
In real life.
in reality at one of these shindigs here.
Well, it was gonna happen eventually with him hitting people with hammers,
Right,
mostly
that.
himself.
but like, you would have figured that he would be the one doing the inflicting. I mean, he still was the one doing the inflicting, but he was also the receiving
I
end.
feel like this was the safest way that could have turned out.
I suppose.
Oh, yeah. It's best for everybody.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, he kind of was.
If you're inflicting the damage, it's best you do it to yourself rather than others.
I can't remember my piano lessons.
You never took piano lessons.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. Anywho,
So, are you doing
Big
anything
guitar.
besides prancing and attracting
it's
attention?
no.
Okay, so you arrive at
It's,
the
it's
brothel.
nice that you're not actively stripping already.
So you arrive at the brothel. It's just sort of getting into the swing of the afternoon, which is when they get most of their clientele.
Do I...
So it's couples night.
do,
Because they're
I
getting
said swing,
okay.
yeah, I know.
All right.
time for a key party. Anyhow, so...
But I didn't bring any keys.
Did you take that key off of Christopher?
Wait a minute, did I think I gave that to somebody.
I don't know who you gave it
Did I
to.
give
Probably
that
not
to-
Christopher.
Oh, he was definitely on the verge of being dead
I
when they
don't
took
remember
that
if I
key.
gave that key back or
I don't
not.
know. It's probably still in your
I
hands.
don't
Not going
think
to be
you
able to get
did.
into his own house.
Whatever. That's what he gets.
Don't think you did.
So,
Well,
anywho,
then I might not have.
So you do have a key.
Damn it, I have a key.
Put Christopher's key in the key party bowl. Here, whatevs.
Whose keys are these? I don't know.
Mine, as far as you know.
so,
Okay.
do I see any male humans?
Yes.
Because the
you
last
do.
time we were there, it was just the ladies. and
It was
ourselves.
just the ladies. It was kind of earlier in the day when you were there last. There's 2-3 guys. One of them is on his way up the stairs with one of the girls.
Murderer.
It's not one that you like. It's not Sasha. It's not the madam, and it's not
the girl we're looking
not the
for.
girl you're looking for.
Okay. this is not the girl you're looking for. So I walk in and I very boisterously say, "Hello, ladies. I am back."
Madame Aurelia has sort of swooshed into the entry hall there with lots of skirts. She's got a lot of flowy skirt going on.
She assembles from a mist that crept under the door.
She walks in and says, "Welcome! So glad to see you back.
Lady.
So glad to see you back."
Madam, it's always a pleasure. I actually have a question.
Oh?
I assume that you are familiar with the late unpleasantness with the deceased council members? You like how I did that? You just brought it all together. It's now in everything except pirates, and I'm getting to that.
Reeling it in.
Full circle, folks.
Yes,
Our Easter egg
I
thing.
had actually heard about Councilman Amherst.
Well, unfortunately, as you've heard, the councilman has, well, he's dead. I like certain salt.
Way to soft sell it. You got it.
Murder.
So, as a result, we were assisting the sheriff in an attempt to try to ascertain as to who may be the culprit, at least of this particular murder, if not maybe all of them.
Okay.
And while we were searching the councilman's bedchambers, we found this photo, and I assume she's not going to be offended given the nature of her business. And I
She
just
is not.
flat show her who it is. And I said, I believe she's familiar. Is she one of your girls?
Oh, yes, that's Genevieve.
Delightful, airy name. I love that.
Genevieve.
Or, as they said in Rush Hour 3, Genevieve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's and that's where I.
C'est magnifique.
He's not going to be in Rush Hour 4. Anywho, I asked her if she is currently in the house and if she's working tonight.
Well, she is here. She is on shift tonight, but she's not currently engaged.
Delightful. May I make a suggestion?
Certainly.
We are interested in speaking with her and the only other living council member left. With the only other living council member left. So that's kind of a weird thing to say it like that. Anyhow.
She's gone a little blank-eyed
Yeah,
with that because you just talked in circles.
Yeah. So I apologize. We are having a meeting with the existing council members, the ones that are still left alive.
Okay.
Apparently the humans are quite frail. So we wanted to bring this young lady, if it was okay with you, of course. She would be in no harm. I would protect her, if need be. But we wanted to question them all, and this is the only other person besides his late wife whom we found a picture thereof. And I don't know if they had any relations or if he just merely had a picture.
Well, I can tell you that they've had relations about once a week for the last, 6 or 7 years.
Now, how long of that time has his wife been gone?
All of it and then some.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, if it is okay with you, madam, I will gladly pay for her time, as I understand she is supposed to be working tonight. However, I would ask, since we are meeting with the councilman, if she would be, as much as I would enjoy seeing her dressed like this, I would appreciate it if she would be more appropriately dressed.
If you're saying dressed like this and you're indicating Madame Aurelia, she is fully clothed.
No, you should definitely indicate the picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Picture.
I would love to see her like this. However, I'm
Gotcha.
going to need her to be dressed more appropriate to accompany us to the councilman's home.
I don't. I could care less what she's wearing.
Like, I would rather she just be naked because it'd be faster. But, I mean...
Actually, yes.
Easier to search.
Just
Yes,
ride her
I
all the
would
way there.
Would
Yes.
prefer her to be naked.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, so she...
You clapping coconuts?
You got 2 empty halves of coconuts and you're banging them together. So she...
Up and around.
She nods and goes upstairs and she says, please wait here.
Yes. And I look over to the nearest girl and I give her the "Hey, how you doing?" look. Do I see Sasha?
You do.
Oh dear.
I skidance over to her.
This is where we lose time.
No. Now he goes from skipping to skidancing. Whatever the fuck
Skadance.
that is.
It's like it's a twisty.
Is
It's
it-
a very hippie and shoulders
is it
like.
dancing?
Twerks
While
the
skipping?
entire way over there.
Just hey girl, go away.
Back it up. Come on, back it up.
So you see Sasha, she's in one of the, sort of, there's the main entry hall and then there's the room beyond that, and you see her talking to someone. So you go in there and you find her talking to the other girl that had been out on the front porch.
The porch dwellers.
Yes. Did I ever give her a name? I don't
No.
think I did.
And I prefer you don't. I like it more that way. It's
Okay.
more exotic.
Well, the exotic, nameless, spindly girl, or no,
No,
Sasha
Sasha's
was the
the
one
spindly
who was
girl.
the spindly one. Okay.
His preference aside, it's going to make it awfully difficult for the listeners and other players.
Was the other
We
girl
wanna
that was on the
reference
porch? I'm
Nameless
pretty
Girl.
sure she was wearing a blue outfit. She was the one
Sitting in the chair.
sitting in the chair. Yes.
That's
So she is.
just call her the sitter.
Rather like that idea.
Are you you're being super
My head is over here now.
noisy and boisterous about your skidancing, or
I was, but when I get the vibe that they were quietly discussing something that might be, intentionally quiet, I stop skidancing like an asshole and
Okay.
just gingerly walk over and do my best to not scare anyone with my mere presence. Because if they're engaged in conversation over here, and all of a sudden she, out of the periph, morphs a fucking...
As if the dancing wasn't bad enough.
Now I'm just doing the stalker thing.
So she does not notice your approach.
Yes. Okay.
Shasha.
So I lean in, put my hand, my right hand, in the small of her back,
Okay.
and say, "Excuse me," and I just wait.
She jumps about 1.5 feet in the air and shrieks.
So the hand goes from the small of her back to the
Cup of her
swell
ass.
of her ass.
Yeah.
And then she jumped high enough that you get a little bit of thigh before it goes back up again.
As she's going up, I just snatch her up and hold her, like she's in a seated position on my arm.
Okay. Roll me a.
Sit on my
Roll her
face
a
check.
don't drop her on her head check.
No, I need to see your
Do you?
your character sheet.
Well, unfortunately, it's mirrored.
What?
It's been mirrored.
It's mirrored. And so is yours.
I can't. Oh. Be responsible for your.
Let me see what you got here, because I need to look and see what we have. Go ahead and roll an athletics check.
I have that.
You do. Okay.
I can't see what that says.
It seems to be a 12 plus 4 plus
Yep.
your mod.
Which is +1.
Really?
Acrobatics?
Athletics.
Oh, that's +5.
Yeah. I'm like, where are you getting +1? I swear I looked at that more
So
closely.
I manhandle it.
So
like a
16
champ.
plus 5, 21. Yeah, you managed to...
She splooshes again.
Yeah. And the other girl who she was speaking to says, "Oh, speak of the devil," and leans around the corner and catches Grognek's eye.
I didn't do it.
The thing is,
What's going on?
I believe she might want you to do it.
Yeah.
So the other girl,
Thin wall.
apparently, Sasha had been telling this other girl about her time with Jazz Grewley and how, dwarves are
Hung like horses.
pretty good at that sort of thing. And then with that display of dwarvenliness, sploosh. So now the other girl is sort of eyeballing you in a, are you here for business type of way?
We're on time constraints. Keep that in mind.
Oh, damn it!
I remember. I don't know how you're gonna do now, but I remember last time you were pretty quick. But and that was the virgin. Low blows.
Yeah.
You realize you only rolled one higher than me, right?
Yeah, I know. And I'm only like 1 year younger than you too.
Something like that.
It's a terribly complex situation.
Right?
I'm old.
You realize I'm an alpha male mentality. Jess really is. He's an asshole, in every capacity. I'm lawful evil. Okay. You should expect nothing less from me.
Than evil, yeah.
So you're being eyeballed.
Apparently I'm on time constraints, but you know what? You're on time constraints, not me.
Valid point. I guess we're going to split the party further.
I'm getting angry
And you're not gonna-
down the street, and I don't even know why.
You feel Latino in your dwarven beard.
Well, if it's any help to you, you'll be happy to know that my intention is once the madam returns with this young lady, I have every intention on immediately leaving and going to the place. I just thought, and for the moment, I would say hello.
No, that's fine. It's just
Now he's going to be here
Yeah.
yelling some girl, but
if everyone doesn't come back in a timely fashion.
All right, Grognek, what you up to?
You know what? According to this, I do have to stay.
Have to
That's
stay.
that flaw, that insatiable desire for carnal pleasure.
Oh yeah, you're
very
staying.
good.
about that.
All right, so she's sort of peeking around the corner of the wall there and sort of batting her eyelashes at you. What is your response?
Not a fun.
Yeah.
Get on it. Get on it.
Pretty much, yeah, that's how that's gonna go. Go have some fun.
Ooh, all right. So she comes around the corner of the wall there, winks at Sasha, grabs you by the hand, and runs you up the stairs.
Damn it, upstairs? That's farther away.
It is, but that's
Now
also
here-
where
here-
she goes.
Here's the question, though. Because she's running, maybe not full sprint, but she's excited. Do you just head up the stairs with her and run faster?
I'm
You know
faster
what?
than
She
you.
does move slow.
Yeah, she
You
does.
do need to know where you're going, though.
Whatever.
No, I
Doesn't
don't.
really
I just gotta
matter.
go to the first open door.
This room. Nope. All of us.
This is happening whether you want it to or
We're
not.
urging now, boys.
Yep.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, no, I'm gonna pick her up and run faster
Okay.
till I find an
If
open
that
door.
doesn't get the
So,
motor running.
so you're just going for an open door?
Yeah, first open room.
There are a lot of open doors.
The first one.
You pick a random room.
No, he picks the first one.
Yes, but it's basically random. So
Except it's the first,
you duck into a door.
which is the first.
It is the first open door
Hopefully it's not a closet.
on the left-hand side.
That would be super inconvenient.
It's not a closet.
Was there a door on the right-hand side that was sooner than this one?
There was not.
All right.
There is a door on the right-hand side that is equal, but is also closed.
See that first
First
open door.
open door. So it's the first
No.
room on the left. So, most of the upholstery in this room is purple and sort of a fake knockoff
beaten.
velvet type thing. She's giggling the whole way. Now, I need to know how you picked her up and how you're carrying her.
Yeah, there you go.
If you've got her, like, bride carrying over the threshold, or if you've got her hung over your shoulder,
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be the asshole with the over the shoulder.
like a
'cause that
fireman's
seems-
carry.
That seems
Wheelbarrow.
just painful. Like, seems very painful. Also, like I might kick her in the head while running.
Yeah, because you're sprinting upstairs at full tilt and then some. So how are you?
So, yeah, no fireman's carry. I'll
Okay,
carry
so
the-
you just sort of got her.
Yeah, I'm
you
just
know.
gonna go with the traditional, you know.
Okay.
Superman throw her up the stairs, run up,
Um,
and catch her.
Now that.
Remember, lace us out.
So,
Get it?
After she recovers,
Einhorn.
Einhorn is Finkel.
Yes.
After the initial shock of having been scooped up, like mid stride, has worn off, she's now like twirling her hands in your beard and giggling.
Make
and...
him fall back down the stairs, Jack.
You're pretty good acrobatics.
Okay, so you just run into a room with purple upholstery. What do you do once you
first
get
row.
there? Is it rusty? Is it a rusty room?
It might
Say
need
rust
to
a
be.
few more times.
Don't be a dick to me while I'm being a dick.
Huh? I think Matt's the only one who doesn't get that joke. Harkening back to his
rusty.
Rune Lords thing, like there's a
That was
rusty.
from like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a really long
Yeah.
time ago. There's like a rusty knife on the floor, and it's rusty, and there's a lot of rust.
It's covered in rust.
And it's covered in rust, and then like it smells like rust, and it looks like rust, and there's bits of rust flaking off onto the floor. And Dave's like, "Say
That's
rust a few more times."
That's what happens when you're trying to say something and read
And
ahead
read?
at the exact same time.
It's very rusty.
Yeah, he got stuck in a rust
It's a loading worm.
loop. So yeah, that's been sort
It's
of
a rusty loop, huh?
yeah, it's been sort of a running gag ever since.
It's a shitty shack with a fucking bomb hole in it, a crater, and
It's
a
a rust.
rusty knife. Rustiest fucking knife.
Yup. So anyway, what do you do once you get into the room?
It's mine.
We all did.
What to do?
Butt stuff.
No butt stuff yet. That
Yeah.
comes later.
First date.
Thanks.
Well,
Gotta get the butt stuff later.
You gotta warm them up.
Yeah.
This is not the same girl that he had the first time.
lawful evil.
Yeah.
You're a bad person, Josh.
Just going in dry.
What?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Who are you, Arcus now?
He clearly wants to die.
I'm not saying going dry, but you don't necessarily have to warm up the oven.
Jesus
Just spit on it and go.
You are a terrible person.
I know.
Christ.
Lawful evil.
No. I'm
No,
not
you.
talking about Jazz Grewley. I'm talking
You.
about Josh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lawful evil. Also,
Okay,
yes.
Grognek.
More like chaotic evil, Josh. Let's be honest.
Chaotic. You're definitely chaotic. I might even say chaotic neutral. Because I don't think you're evil, because you don't treat me badly. So I can't.
Yeah.
That's my only frame of
That is
reference.
clearly not a skewed view. Not even a little bit. I'll take it though.
Grognek, you have arrived. What are you doing?
Have you arrived? In the first room?
On the left,
First room.
with the purple upholstery.
So the upholstery's still purple?
It's still purple.
No, okay.
It's
Just making sure.
I have come here.
Still
That first
purple.
room.
I am here to come.
Also, yes. Start disrobing her.
While you're holding her?
Yes! Pretty
Yeah,
sure I
she
got
sounds
enough
just
strength to do
terrifying.
that.
It's not a question of where it grips it. It's a question of how are you holding her with only one hand while you're undressing her with the other one.
One arm.
Some kind of crazy swing dance move where she's just twirling around him and he's peeling off bits.
No. So you put one arm
spin,
under the
loose
furthest,
end.
extended
Dribble.
out
Yeah.
ass cheek, right? You support that side, and then you let the rest of the weight support up against your chest, and you just start disrobing.
All right.
Perhaps.
Go
You
ahead
are
and roll
short,
me a
though.
dexterity check.
Perhaps the kickstand is assisting. With the,
Christ.
She's just standing on it.
Oh, no. I'm a woman and that sounds terrible.
Hey, if you do your kegels,
And
it'll
you
stand
see
up.
the look that he's giving
That's
you right now. The
horrible.
fuck is wrong with
If you do your
you?
kegels, it'll stand up. It doesn't matter.
yep.
17.
Like a champ.
17. Okay.
You just use it as a diving
You're
board.
having a little bit of difficulty with the lacing of her bodice, but you do get it undone. You expose her breasts. And they're just there, real close to your face because of how you're holding her. She giggles like a lot because, like, now they've kind of been talking about this.
And now it's happening.
This is something that human men don't do. This is clearly like a dwarven custom that women are just not familiar
This is
with.
how we say hello.
Nice.
You need to do this more.
But yeah, your beard is tickling her, so she's giggling, and
like that
she's,
motivating
she's got
dwarven custom.
her arm around your neck, and she's sort of like, you're wearing robes of some sort, like nobility robes, so she's sort of caressing your chest hair there.
The hammer to me.
He's got a little hammer. You missed her some tell all of a sudden.
Oh no!
I want to
that
let you know,
image has just been put in my head.
totally just ruined this for me.
Really?
I was at least like a quarter chub. Now I'm dead.
Oh, the sternum bush.
I don't think that's an appropriate
You've crossed
analogy.
the line.
Okay, so Grognek, continuing right along.
Your head trauma is really affecting you in a negative way.
I don't think you should go to sleep tonight.
Put me in the short bus.
No, he didn't concuss his brain. He just cut his.
Just
He
pierced
may have
it.
concussed his
Open.
brain.
That
There
was
might be a metal shard in there. You don't know.
always like that.
He's always
It's tickling the important bits.
Mighty mucus of much beating units backs up into my brain and makes me mad. Grognek, continue. What are you doing?
Throwing out your arm and yelling at random curses.
other than
Can't
motorboating
come
your
down the
tits.
Yes, other than motorboating your tits.
Moving over
Just a
towards
short
the
you
bed
can ride
while
off.
continuing to motorboat her tits.
Okay,
sitting,
that's
so
going to be
it's
kind
just-
of hard for you because you can't see where you're going. So, roll, let's call it an insight check to see if you remember where the bed is.
Don't screw me, die. Okay, you didn't completely screw me. 8.
Get a refund.
Wow.
A little
Okay, so you
It didn't say 1, so it didn't completely screw me.
you are wandering in what you assume is the direction of the bed. You do in fact find the bed, but it's a
Holy
little
shit.
closer than you had
Let's do one of
expected
these,
it to
Moldir.
be. So, because it's a little higher off the ground than you as a dwarf would be prepared for, you sort of hit it, and then it's hitting you right about, like, belly button range, and you sort of, and, like, fall forward onto her. Thankfully, your face has some cushion, because it's still buried in her boobs.
Yes!
But
Boob cushion.
you have arrived at the bed. She is now mostly on the bed, and you're bent over on top of her on the bed.
In the
It's an
room.
odd position.
Yes,
Doesn't work well.
does not. Especially because she's sideways and you're not.
Yeah, that...
That's the perfect angle for
You
fisting.
gotta come
I don't know
up
what
or you
have
gotta go
to
down.
Zooks!
Make her a puppet.
Jesus, John!
Somebody needs to get him, like,
A leash?
I was gonna say a
muzzle?
lollipop. Something to keep his mouth busy so that he stops interjecting.
You know, we could always go get one of them dog bark collars, you know? Just put one of those on. No, I was thinking the voice activated ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he just speaks and it just zaps
It's
him.
activated.
It's an anti-bark collar. Every time the dog barks, it gets zapped.
They're hilarious to watch.
Until they
Do they
malfunction.
Do they stop like barking, or do they just like fake bark? Do they and not actually make the noise? Because I assume it's probably like, is there?
It's
a
yeah,
sensor
it's
for
like the
audible sounds?
vibration from the
Vocal cords.
vocal
or-
cords.
Okay.
So
Yeah. That happens.
Does
Also,
it?
yes.
Does it?
Yes.
So, she's on the bed, you're not really on the bed, but you're leaning over the bed.
Well, I'm still clothed.
Yes, you are.
She's not.
Well, she
Well-
kind of is. Her bodice is unlaced.
Well, then I need to
Elevator
fix
button
that
to
really
press.
quick.
Really quick?
Up or
Well,
down?
not too violently quick. I mean, I don't want to rip anything.
Okay. So, carefully but swiftly
Yes.
get the rest of her clothing off. Okay. Did I ever give her a hair color? I thought Sasha was blonde, but now I don't even remember. Anyway, she's a brunette, but, like, she's not in the super dark spectrum, kind of lighter brown hair.
Okay.
The carpet matches the drapes, if you're interested.
He's not coming back.
Jezruli is still waiting for Genevieve to get dressed.
Also waiting for any kind of response of the woman I'm now holding in the air who I'm scared.
Yes, we'll get to you
I figured that was going
in
to
a
happen.
mo.
Frozen.
So now she naked. And you're not.
She should have been fixing that while I was fixing my problem.
Well, your robes are, like, a little confusing.
How? It's a fucking robe!
Oh, is it just like a crossover and tie like a bathrobe?
Kind of.
Okay, then she's not confused. For some reason, I imagined it being a lot more complicated than that.
No, just...
So yeah, she's sort of unbelting your robe while you're, hiking her skirt down over her legs. So now you're more or less naked. I don't know if you wear any kind of undergarments.
Wearing a robe.
Then you're naked. So you're both naked. She's on the bed and you're not.
Jack freeballing.
Roll an erection check.
You with the fives! I hate you with the fives!
We got
It's
an
never
oven.
working out.
We got an oven.
You are at a quarter chub.
I don't like you anymore, Die.
Does
I
anybody
don't trust you,
remember
Christmas dice.
how we did this last time? Was it a constitution check? I believe that it was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We did it for an hour. I remember that.
Well, yeah, it was a constitution check for length of time, and also you made us do it for the erection check.
Yeah, it was a constitution check for the erection, and I think it was like a constitution saving throw for the duration.
Yeah, duration.
If that wasn't what it is,
Fifth
it
edition.
is for now.
Oh, well then in that case I get fucking 9. Woo!
9. Okay, you're at nearly a half chub. So, some foreplay is going to be necessary. Considering how she is on the bed and how you are not, she flips backwards on the bed so that she's laying on her back, but her head is dangling over.
Convenient.
It is just about at the right height that you can just fuck her right in the face.
Also that.
It's
That-
solid throat fucking.
Yes. For the love of God, yes. I think that should be the secondary name for this episode.
Throat fucking?
Fuck her right in the face.
It's like the fucker right in the pussy guy. Except different.
No, that
I'm unaware of this guy.
No, it's,
Hey, you didn't...
it's on the internet.
Yeah.
Like be on the internet.
He was on the news.
Get good.
Although most of those were fake.
Okay.
It
so,
happened. There was
It
a
was a
thing
thing.
for a
It
while.
happened.
I swear to God, you're making this up.
No.
So, she is flipped backwards over the edge of the bed. She reaches out, grabs you by your
Buttocks.
right ass cheek, and pulls you forward, and
Go.
is, basically doing that. So now roll an erection check with advantage.
Super advantage.
Better not make me hate you. Hey, no, come back here.
You get in the back there. It's slimier and
I
has
will.
more stick-to-itiveness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I like the
Oh.
13 better
Then
than
you
the
can-
3.
Get in there.
Plus,
So, 17.
okay. You are officially hard enough that you could do something more invasive if you so desire. But at the moment, she's still going to town.
I don't know. I think having your dick halfway to her gullet is kind of invasive.
Could be more than
Oh,
halfway.
oh,
you
yeah,
never
I
know.
guess
Everyone's got a different sphere of personal
I mean, if
space.
she can't breathe because it's that far in.
She's definitely having some issues with gagging now that you've gotten a little more,
It's alright.
Erect.
She'll adapt and overcome. Or she'll die.
like, if you could see her face
That's
from
your
your
lady.
vantage point, which would be a little bit difficult. She's got, like, tears running up her face and, like, into her hairline, and she's sort of coughing a little bit, but she doesn't seem to be indicating that you should stop.
Didn't relax that grip on your butt. That's,
Yeah, she still has a pretty good grip on your butt cheek, and she's using it to sort of
Got the mascara.
piston.
Yikes.
It's like all up in her eyebrows now.
It looks like if you
Romulan
have water
is-
that first hits your windshield and you're driving kind of quickly, and it just spreads immediately. It's pretty much what's going on right now.
Jesus Christ.
You stop and she gives you all doe eyes and with the crazy mask, and you're like, yes. We just took a trip.
Yes.
We just got a lot closer, guys.
I feel like that's really horrifying.
Alright, so if you don't... Alright, so anyways.
So anyway, yep, she's using her hand on your butt to sort of piston your hips, and she's coughing and gagging, and let's see if she gets any better with that. Nope, she actually got a little bit worse.
Just little
Now there's
chunks
drool
of
mixing in
vomit.
with
No,
It's just
you
a
will
little-
stop right now, or
just
I
a
will
little-
throw something right at your
Don't.
head.
Don't.
Don't
do it.
ever do that again.
Do what?
No.
This thing's really heavy.
Oh, don't ruin that. I was the only one.
I know, I was
Hit
the
him
only
with
one.
the hammer.
No. Hit him with a hammer.
It was the
Hit
only one.
hammer.
We
At
tried.
least the hammer won't break.
We tried to find another one so I could have one too, but they only had one.
Now there's
But yeah,
drool
don't.
mixed in with the tears.
Don't ever do that again.
Do what?
She's got
What you were
shot
doing,
hole.
don't do that.
Just a little bit.
No.
No.
Not a lot.
No, don't.
No.
No.
Do not ruin my married existence.
Just the slightest bit.
By God, I
There's
will
like this
stab
pop
you
rock
through
kind
the
of-
chest.
Just
I
hit the
will
hammer.
pin you to that couch.
I will
And
unlock,
show you how it's done.
I will unlock your death.
Now he has a weapon, so like for real, watch yourself. So
So, yeah, at the
Oh,
point
man.
where she gets a little worse, I'm just gonna stop and flip her around. And...
okay.
Do or die.
So the top of the bed is a little too high for you to.
It's not too high for me to jump.
No,
I mean, you can jump, but
You're
are you
jumping
gonna
now.
like jump?
No.
Jump and try to land
not
it.
like Superman jump, just kind of like hop a little bit, you know.
Okay. My question is, are you trying
If SpaceX
to-
can do it, you can do it.
penetrate her?
Not with the jumping.
Okay.
Oh, missed an
You're just
opportunity.
getting on the bed.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You get on the bed.
Is she presenting? I mean,
You said you flipped her around, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's got her legs spread, feet up on the bed, and her knees bent.
yeah, I'm with
And
him on this. I think he
she's-
missed an opportunity there. Plowing on home.
Yeah. If SpaceX can stick a landing from low Earth orbit,
Hey, let's be honest though. If I missed it, Ben, that hurts.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's
wouldn't be
true.
any
It's
good
a
for it.
risk, but
And you did barely get up, so there's that.
wow,
I'm not.
wow, it's just
I'm
it's
just.
just mean for the sake of mean.
I'm not being mean. The dice are not working in your favor. That's all I'm saying. I'm
No,
trying
they're
to
not.
be
They
dicks.
hate me. Okay, that one does have a 20 in it.
Switching to the gummy shark die.
Yeah. I will
Um,
figure one of these dice out, and one set will work.
Just burning through the d20s.
Or I'll switch to my left hand.
I always have this habit of when I pick the set that rolls with the character for the most part, I just stay with it no matter how terrible it is.
That's yeah.
Because it's part of the
I
character.
commit. Yep, I commit to it.
Like, if I'm terrible, I'm terrible. Though I did switch to these, but that was just because
Because they're stone.
I
and
thought
you're
they
a
were
dwarf.
more apropos and we had another thing.
Okay, so you get on the bed and she's there, and what are you doing now that you're on the bed? She's sort of like looking at you from between her knees and giving you
Crawl
a
up
come
there
hither.
growling.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to crawl up there growling. Although I am going to get up there, and I'm going to motorboat her tits again.
She continues to giggle, but then she sort of gets you like under the jaw and pulls you up so that she can ram her tongue down your throat.
Word.
At which point, I'm going to have to just go ahead and start fucking her.
Yeah, she while she's making out with you, she's got a hand like down in between you and is sort of fondling you and then sort of guides
Diddle.
you home, so to speak.
A little diddle.
So now you're doing some
Prostate massage.
proper fucking, or are
Right in the
you?
gooch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead
gooch
and
isn't gonna
roll
do anything for
the Constitution saving throw.
You got to get the first 2 segments up there.
You build. You build.
I no longer like you. I really don't like you.
Wow.
You do build.
You're running out of dice at
Taint
this
is for
point. So what did
yeah.
you roll?
That's
They're not in
13.
a position for that.
Not
What was
anymore.
on the dice?
9.
9. Okay, that's better than 5.
No, we don't.
Glad you don't get that.
You
real-
last a decently long while. She's definitely. Well, let me see if she is.
Draw it.
Oh yeah, she's definitely having a good time. There's lots of noise being made.
From the room next to her.
No, from her. Like she's.
Remind me to stab you.
Totally fair. I
There's a list.
It's a waiting list.
There
So
might be a list, but I am injecting myself at the top of the list.
A queue jumper. You're as worse as someone who doesn't use their turn signals. Throw
As-
you under a train.
No. Those are worse.
Worse people.
yeah, it's nothing worse than somebody who doesn't use a turn signal. Trust me, I'm a bus driver.
It's true.
So there's nothing worse than Rob. Alright.
I mean,
Rob.
that could be a thing, right?
Hi,
Well,
Rob.
that is a thing, because I don't think I've ever seen him use a turn signal.
Oh,
Ever.
and he drives a Mustang. It's been proven that anyone who drives a Mustang is a terrible driver.
Very true.
That sounds
Well,
about
that's
right.
not particularly just Mustangs. That's pretty much all Ford products in general.
But in
That's-
particular, people who drive
I
a
drive a
Mustang
Ford. I always use my signal.
are such bad drivers that it
Always.
has to be the result of a special effort. Like they're trying to drive poorly.
Anyway, there's a lot of tracks and a lot of crossings around here, Rob, so I expect news by the end of the week.
Wow. That just got harsh. Anyway,
That's the crossing down when you fucking get them lost.
so
I
you
think he's
hear
expecting Rob to get run over by a train.
One can
Grognek
only hope.
two separate and distinct climaxes while you're going to town here. She's definitely having fun and is pretty vocal about it. To the point where someone in the next door room starts banging on the wall and says, "I got next!"
Alright, now you just show it off.
This is a masculine voice banging on the wall.
And now, what we would need to decide is next from who.
Yes.
So,
I'm gonna have to yell, not if I don't stop.
Till the
Well-
break of no.
you did get a 13.
Get it, get
So
it.
you are going to stop eventually.
That doesn't mean things can't happen again.
I mean, that's true. So,
Especially if she's filming.
Where is that dwarf?
those dwarves. Several.
Yeah, seriously.
Multiple dwarves. We're getting to that. I'm just
How
trying
long did this... I mean, there's
Well-
a possibility he left already. This
We're-
is...
Well, I assume that that's happening at the same time frame, right? Like I'm
Yeah, you
gonna
were
be talking with Sasha.
Yeah,
at the
you
same
were
time
waiting
he's
and
walking
talking
upstairs.
to Sasha, yes.
That's what I thought.
But your thing
You're waiting for
shouldn't take as long. She's
Genevieve
just putting some
to
clothes
come
in.
back while you're talking to Sasha. So you
He's up there raping the neighbors and shit.
you complete, and she's like
Murderer.
thoroughly
The windows aren't
pleased
open
with
for
the
that
whole
one.
situation. And what do you do then?
What is it that you
I have
do?
to let her know that I'll probably have to be back later. But I'll probably be back.
Okay, she's
And of course, yeah, I gotta pay her.
she's just sort of laying limply on the bed, and so you
Sort of statement you always like to hear from your lovers. I'll probably be back.
So you leave 2 gold and put your clothes back on and leave, I presume. Okay. Simultaneously, Jazz.
I'm sorry. It would be really funny if you laid down too, looked at her, and she's all exhausted, beat up, and you just take 1 coin and put it back in your pocket and walk away. Like, you know what? I think you owe me for that. Like,
You don't
Not that much of a
underpay.
dick.
no, it's a refund. Work for a refund.
So Jazz, you have startled and then caught Sasha, who is now sort of suspended by your muscly dwarf arm. When the initial shock wears off, she gets this huge smile on her face. Super excited to see you.
Hello, love.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Yeah, well, I've been staring at you from across the street No.
I've been watching you sleep.
No, I was just in the area on business, and I seen you, and I thought I would say hello.
Well, hello. And she sort of leans her head against yours and says,
Delightful.
I know you're here on business, but do you have some time?
Unfortunately, dear, I do not. However, I promise.
She pouts.
That's okay. I gently tap her on the ass with my free hand and tell her that it'll be okay. And that I will take her on a proper date when I have the
That's not what
opportunity.
she looks like.
Her jaw drops. And there is a look on her face of, like, pure...
Confusion.
Like, yeah, like, complete incomprehension. Because, like, she's been a whore for a while.
Right.
And people just want to fuck her and leave. Nobody has ever wanted to actually, like, take her out. And
Stage 3 clinger.
so she's just, like, her jaw drops open and her eyes are kind of wide. She goes, I mean, like, out to dinner and maybe dancing type of a date?
Well,
I've never been on a date before.
you can dance your little heart out. I'm not good at it, but I try.
I'm probably not either. And she starts laughing and
It's a stomp thing.
swings her feet a little bit.
Do I get like a swing motion going on so she's like she's swinging a kid?
I have to imagine that dwarven dancing is a little bit like Appalachian flat-footing,
Yes.
except a little less graceful.
A lot less graceful. It's a whole lot of stomping.
Yeah.
It's like clogging, but not.
Yeah.
Just barefoot.
But just wider set feet.
It's all in the knees.
I always imagine it like Russian dancing.
I don't know. That's a lot of quick, fluid movement, and I don't.
Got
You
that,
can do that.
got that,
right? It's
a
got
lot
that
of
muscle
crouching.
strength for it, though. You know,
Yeah.
Arr.
You get squat and you start kicking.
You're already squat.
It sounds dwarven to me.
Yeah, that's true. And then there are the ceremonial headbutts.
Scotland has its own form of martial arts. It's called fuck you. It's mostly just headbutting people and then kicking them while they're on the ground.
Nobody wins in a headbutt.
Not
Somebody
Unless
wins.
you're Dexter.
That's not true.
That was
No,
pretty
what you
fucking
want
funny.
is a backwards headbutt. That's usually better.
No.
No, but then, like, you get somebody's teeth, right?
Well, you don't want the teeth necessarily. You want nose mostly.
Yeah,
but
noses.
Squish bits.
Yeah. So anyway, she's
makes that person a
super
lot
excited
sadder.
about the prospect of an actual proper date.
Yes.
And she's looking forward to it. Like, roll an insight check.
Besides, I always win with a headbutt, especially when I'm wearing a hard hat.
Right? Some might consider that cheating, but I mean...
I wear a Corinthian helmet.
13 with no modifier.
What?
13 with no modifier.
You don't have a modifier for insight? Okay.
So that's a 13 on the die.
For a 13, you can tell that she's pretty excited about the whole thing.
Good.
I'm sorry,
If you
I've got a
had
frog
rolled
in my
a
throat.
15, you would have found out that she's picking out the wedding colors.
And she's wet.
Well, that's
Like, I mean, duh. So, she says,
do humans shit in porta potties? I mean,
I don't know.
If you're lucky.
Is a bear poke in the woods?
that's racist.
also yes.
So, while I'm certainly, enjoying my current position, you don't have to hold me. You could put me down, if you wanted, but you don't have to.
Delightful.
You don't put her down?
I considered my options, and then I decide to set her back down.
Okay. So, when you set her down...
I don't want to be the douchebag who fails a roll, and she just right into the wood floor. Then I gotta take a girl who's got no front teeth out to dinner. That's not a situation I want
You
to
gotta
find
cut
myself
up her food for her now.
Limits the menu.
Yeah. We'll have the soup.
And I just could not put up with that. That's not an option.
You wouldn't have to worry about teeth.
She knows what she's doing. I don't worry about that at all to begin with. At least I can understand her when she speaks.
So you set her back down, and she uses that opportunity to sort of lean into you.
She phases right into your body.
Kind of
Steals your soul.
taller than you,
Figures.
but
Women.
you know, because she's kind of spindly and she's taller than you, so she like sort of looks around, pushes you back behind the wall that Grognek's girl was originally sort of hidden behind when you first saw them, and she just like starts making out with you and sort of doing a feel up sort of thing.
Wait, what sort of thing?
Feel
Feel up sort of thing.
Yeah, just sort of running her hand up into the groin area.
Show me that later.
You're welcome.
Yep.
So, round about this time, you start hearing some very enthusiastic shouts and screams coming from upstairs.
First door.
You're probably assuming from the direction that it's the first door on the left. And
I read that that's Grognek and your gal friend that you were speaking with.
I dare say you may be correct. And
You better be careful. He's going to make the madam jealous.
she sticks her hand down your pants.
I forget what the fuck I was talking about.
Be careful, he's gonna make the hooker.
Better be careful. You might make a man of my penis is in your hand. You have complete control of me.
Yep.
System rebooting. Going to backup alternate.
Dwarf.exe has crashed.
So yeah, she's
Auxiliary bridge in command.
Apparently it's a hard crash.
she's
Initiate
fondling
saucer
you.
separation.
She's fondling you like down the waistband of your
Engineering
pants,
Yep.
and sort of she'll stop making out with you long enough to just put her boobs right in your face.
Spectacular.
So shortly after this, you hear the sounds of shoes, presumably heeled shoes, judging by how noisy they are, coming down the stairs.
So I take this opportunity, and mind you, I don't want any discontent, misunderstandings. So that's also part of the reason why I've somewhat said, about taking her out on a date. I don't want her getting the wrong idea. So, and I assume that this is going to be the madam and the other gal, and I quickly try to explain.
Roll an intelligence saving throw.
You see where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if you have the presence of mind to actually do it while your dick is being fondled.
Gotta be inspired for it.
Thank God I got inspired for it. Fuck. And what was I rolling now?
An intelligence saving throw.
Well, that can't be very good
Plus,
for them.
it's a
'cause
plus 0 mod. So I rolled a 5 on the die and a 7 on the white one, whatever that's supposed to be.
Okay, so that is a total of 12. You're not making yourself terribly clear, but you kind of get the point across in between
It's pure business. No fucking.
that it's a business related thing, and that there's nothing, no interest there.
Your business, no fucking, unless she wants to.
Well, I mean, yeah. Also that.
Duh.
That's how I do all of my dealings.
Okay.
My clients don't like me, but the clients' wives, they like me.
They're all over me.
So I'm going to the store to buy bread. I'm just buying bread. It's no fucking, unless they want to.
The bread? Unless the bread wants to?
The people at the store.
Sexy bread.
Sexy bread. Crazy bread.
Stupid sexy bread.
I'm bringing sexy bread. Yeah.
So,
No?
No.
I tried.
Get
I
out.
went out on a whim. The opportunity was low.
Failed abysmally.
she puts a little pout on and says, well, I I guess that's okay, but when are you coming back?
Whenever we're finished with this.
Wonderful.
On date night.
And that she sort of smiles and kisses you on the end of the nose and then sort of sachets away in a very butt-making a infinity symbol.
Yes, madam. Yes.
So, it's not the madam, it is Genevieve.
Oh,
the madam
yes.
is greeting people as they come in the door. A couple of other gentlemen just walked in. So...
Murderers. Duh.
It's going to get to a point where we're going to go back to Dharn Moldir and we're going to have to go in front of the king and you're going to call him a murderer.
Watch me.
And then I'm going to step back and let him kill you.
And then we're all just gonna walk away.
So...
Murderer, I'm not with him!
Nope.
And then he'll be a murderer.
Yeah.
No, actually his guard would.
Roll a perception, Jazz.
Let's see, we're just following orders.
You and your damned record keeping. I'm guessing that's a 9.
I don't know.
9!
It could be a 6.
That's what I'm trying to see how they
Should have a thing.
delineate. So though this one, I'm sorry, this one is the 6.
So you rolled a 6.
I rolled a
better.
6.
Okay, do you have a modifier?
No. See, they have a 6 and a 9 are right next to each other.
You literally don't have
Weird.
a perception modifier?
Yes, I do not.
Oh, no, that's true of all of them.
Wow. Your passive perception is a 10. You don't notice anything.
Pure.
Other than the woman.
Yeah. Women, plural. There's one walking away from you and one walking towards you.
There's so much tits and ass around me right now.
Man, I hate to see her go.
I'd love to watch her leave. Man,
So-
that honky tonk, but no.
Yep, so,
Making a symbol
Genevieve-
for the amount of time I could sit here and watch that.
Genevieve is sort of sashaying up to you in, a very similar way that Sasha is sashaying away from you. Until about the time that she just about breaks even with Sasha. One is going and one is coming, and then she just sort of starts walking normally.
She's not wiggling her butt at the other girl.
They locked eyes. I'm guessing she got the dirty fucking eyeball from Sasha.
She might have done, but you don't know because you suck at perception.
This is merely speculation.
So, yeah, she's
I was
she's
entranced
properly
by the ass.
dressed, wearing
There's gonna be a cat fight at the cat house.
well, what better place to have a cat fight? So she's,
It's like a cat
she's covered.
cock fight, but harder. Get it?
What?
Get it?
What the hell? He just went borscht belt all of a sudden.
Oh, it's spectacular.
I feel like Liben Smallworry is here, and he doesn't even know who that is.
What?
moving right along. So she's covered. She's wearing a gray dress. She looks good,
She's got the
but
petticoat
she's
on,
also presentable.
Good. I introduced myself.
Around this time, you hear another round of, serious screaming coming from the room upstairs.
More than be praised. Hello, dear. My name is Jazz Gruley, and you are...
Genevieve.
I'm sorry?
Genevieve.
Genevieve? It's delightful to meet you, dear.
Nice to meet you as well.
Big
Madam
fan of your
Oraya
art.
said that I was on special assignment. Is that...
Yes, that is correct.
So am I to be entertaining you or someone else, or is it like a stag party type of deal?
Close your mouth and open.
Oh,
Close your eyes and open your mouth.
I don't want to suggest it now, because it would color things going forward.
Right.
But she's a murderer.
But I'm going to tell you a thing once it's too late to set it up.
Okay. So, I explained to her that we will be meeting with the sheriff and the councilman whose name, the
Figby Carruthers is the living one.
Cyril Figgis.
All right. So, and I explained to her that we will be going there. So obviously that's why I have requested she wear some more appropriate attire, given the nature of who we will be around and in their the home of councilman.
She seems a little startled. She goes, usually when we are requested to wear more clothing, it's usually to make the stripping take longer. And she smiles politely at you.
Fair enough, and rightfully so. Make them earn it and such, I guess. Yes. So, my associate hasn't returned yet, and from the sounds of it, he might be a while longer. Can I see the madam from where I'm at? You said she was upgrading.
She's if you peek around the corner of the wall that you were sort of hiding behind into the entry hall, you do see her out there.
Okay.
She's talking with one of the other girls.
Delightful. So I asked the young lady to follow me, if she would be so kind, and I make my way over to the madam and explain to the madam that we were under somewhat of time constraints. Grognek was propositioned by one of the young ladies. He's upstairs. They're enjoying themselves.
Roll a perception check.
For me talking? 2.
Continue.
Delightful. So,
Blind ass.
You're getting fondled, but you have no idea. Sasha decided to come back, and she reached
she's
down and
underneath
around.
me.
Right?
Yeah,
This is just a hand that you got for a cod piece. Everyone else can see it but you.
just fucking oblivious.
Don't forget the butt plug that she shoved up with the other hand.
Dear. I wouldn't have gone that far.
It's got a raccoon tail.
Things.
Goddamn trash pandas.
Yikes.
So, anywho, I explained to the madam that Grognek is otherwise indisposed, and if she would please have someone let him know to meet us at the councilman's home.
Which one?
Carruthers.
And he knows where that is? Because
Probably not.
I don't.
Oh, you don't know?
The madam does not know where Figby Carruthers lives.
Oh, I figured she'd have to occasionally send the girls out to these established homes. Apparently they're a little too high class for that.
Just remember that Figby Carruthers is married, and his wife is still around. She's not around currently.
So is JFK. No? No one? What?
Too soon.
Well played.
Too soon.
Are you sure JFK was married?
You take that back and to the left.
So anyhow, I said, well then, I'm just out of ideas. Have him when he's finished, just meet us back at the pub.
Okay.
The whatever you want.
The tavern.
Frog Morton Stocks business. Yes.
The tavern. Yes. Okay.
So, and then I proceed to take Genevieve when we go on.
Okay. Trunk and Bellhad. What you up to?
Well, we did our talk. We're probably at the guy's house because he said he was close.
Yeah, he's pretty close.
Well, I'm going to knock on the door.
I'm sure I've accused 6 other people of murder by then.
3 or 4 passers-by.
Murder.
So
So, at this point, your theory is they all did it?
Until we rolled them out, yes.
everyone.
You could have done it for all I know.
Huge conspiracy.
Murder.
Guilty until proven innocent.
Yup.
So, Sheriff Kralis, when he was, you asked him which house was Carruthers, he gave you 2 options because he couldn't remember exactly which one was which. So, roll me a...
The sheriff doesn't even know? Who is this man of mystery?
Well, he doesn't usually have much cause to go into this end of town.
Figby Wayne?
Roll a D4 and tell me evens or odds. Never mind. I'll pick evens or odds. Just roll the d4.
Solids.
Got a 3.
Okay. So, you pick a house out of the 2, and you knock on the door.
I'll try the other one.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a halfling by his toe.
This seems rude.
This one, I guess.
You try this one. I'll try the other one.
Okay.
Knock, knock, knocky, knock, chum.
No, if only they were both wrong.
I don't knock so politely. Oi! Open the door! Prick.
I lean out and I go, remember, ambassadors of dwarven kind.
Open the door, murderer!
Because that made it so much better.
Yep.
Where the heck? Oh.
It's wherever you last put it.
I can't find it.
Okay. Hello. Looking. Sorry.
So, the thing I was going to suggest is that when she had no idea what she was supposed to be doing, that you told her that it was going to be a random, like, stag party for me, for Bellhead. And so she just showed up and started stripping.
Spectacular.
It's nice of the boys to give
Yeah.
me a stripper, but you don't have to take off your clothes. Sort of the opposite of that.
Right. Just start yelling at the existing 2 other councilmen. Do you know this woman? Well, she's stripping for you. Just interrogating them both, sheriff included.
That's its own zone of truth to a certain
Yeah, I
degree.
know.
You get somebody a little off kilter and the thing like, yeah, I killed him. I mean, sorry, it was
Murderer.
boobs.
Okay, so Bellhead. The door that you are knocking on is open slightly, and on the other side is a sort of middle-aged man.
Was opened slightly.
Yes.
Not was opened slightly.
No, was opened slightly.
I missed the ed.
Can I help you?
I'm getting the impression I may have the wrong house. I was looking for Councilman Carruthers.
Oh, no. He lives in that house over there, pointing at the one that Trump is at. This
The one he's over there yelling at.
Perfect.
was Councilman Jacoby's house.
Oh,
The late Councilman.
Maybe you should leave with that next time.
right. Well, my condolences on that particular point.
My condolences, murderer.
Jesus.
Are you
Did you kill him by any chance?
I was his butler.
right? Do you have anything going on right now?
Well, we've been getting the house prepared to be sold, but, I mean, right now I've just finished me dinner.
Oh, good. So you've eaten then. Nothing too pressing. I don't, would you mind accompanying us to Mr. Carruthers' house? I'm just
I see what it says.
generally investigating. Wouldn't mind asking you a few questions, dealing with your a bit of unfortunateness, trying to put together a picture. Won't take a moment. Thank you. There's a good lad.
Only
Just
Who are
steamroll
you?
the bastard.
Who are you?
Does it matter?
Bellhead Ironpick. I'm working under the authority of Sheriff Kralis.
Oh, well, if the sheriff needs me again, I guess I'll
murder some more.
submit to another round of questioning was what I was gonna say.
Won't take up too much time. Just a couple of tie-ins there, and you can get back to your
Your who cares?
packing.
Alright.
Whatever it is
You humans.
you do.
Alright, so he
Keep leaning on that.
Those things he do.
Part of the thing.
so he gets
Sure,
ready
yeah.
to come with you, I guess. Trunk!
Oh, by the way, anyone else in the house?
Oh, well, there's Selena, the maid.
And the murderers.
Well, you should bring the murderers along. No. Selena, is that it? Just the two of you now?
No, yes.
Yes. Yeah, if you could just get her, that would be great. Just it's gonna be a couple of minutes. You know this thing.
Okay. Hold on a minute. Let me write down these names before I forget who the hell is who here.
We have a very famous Latin American singer.
It's not how it's spelled.
It's spelled like Catwoman.
What?
Selena Kyle.
How was that spelled?
I have no clue.
Selina.
Kyle.
That.
I don't know how to say this. Oh, you just go this.
What?
Never mind.
She went on a limb.
I did.
Mine was a JT reference. Hers, I don't know what it was.
Good Burger again.
Good Burger reference. She's stuck on it.
Yikes.
You know, Josh.
Yeah, man. Talking about my uneven business.
Yeah. I could help you improve that.
Be less terrible.
You gotta
Okay.
carve in for that. Gotta get a little.
So the butler goes back inside, comes back shortly after with a, mid-30s girl who has a feather duster in her hand.
And that's all she's wearing, that and a smile.
Well, it's a different kind of maid service, but it's all right with me. You probably don't need that, dearie.
Oh, she
Unless
sets it
you
on an end
used it
table.
to
Just-
murder the counselor. No.
Murderer?
Immediately have his undivided attention.
I definitely appreciate your cooperation. It won't take but a moment. You can get back to that stuff.
That murdering?
All that murdering.
Just, clues this way I don't have to bother you later.
It's all done at once.
So, Trunk.
Yeah.
You are knocking on a door.
And accusing him of murder.
knocking on the neighbor's door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, the door opens a very slight bit. There are several security chains on the inside, keeping the door from being opened all the way, and a sort of small feminine voice says, "Can I help you?"
Is Figby Carruthers here?
Who's asking?
I am. Where is he?
Where is he? Oh, Jesus. I'm here on the authority of Arn Kralis. Where's Figby Carruthers?
Oh,
He
well,
sent me to murder him. I mean,
well,
damn opposition.
Where is he?
he's here. I was told not to let anyone in,
Except me.
but if you're working for the sheriff, I don't know what to do. I
Open the door, and we make sure you haven't killed him yet.
I want to check on this very important point.
roll a...
Check on the dead guy check.
Roll a murderer check.
Oh, what would it be?
Let's see. Evens, she's a murderer. Odds, she's murdered someone.
Stripes, he finds Jack the Ripper.
Wait, what?
How did he roll stripes?
Very carefully.
That's an 11, by the way.
Stripes?
Sideways.
I thought that was the equal sign.
Crap, I can't
Equals
figure out I
murder.
can't think of what I was trying to think of, and it's apparently not on at least Belhad's sheet.
What am I rolling?
Basically like a bluff check. So deception, I
Deception,
guess.
yeah, it's deception.
That
So-
wasn't what I was wanting originally. I thought there
No.
was some sort of way to try and convince somebody without having to lie to them.
Intimidation, diplomacy.
Diplomacy, that
There's
was
no
what I was
No,
wanting.
there
but
isn't.
There is no
I don't
diplomacy.
understand what that is.
I have a 20 for deception.
Persuasion is what it is.
Persuasion?
Yeah, it's persuasion.
Okay, I couldn't read that. Do you have a persuasion modifier? Go ahead and...
That would be 18 then.
18. Okay, well, for an 18, she says, well, I mean, at this point, coming up behind you is Belhad and the staff from Jacoby's house.
They tell me this is the one.
She's refusing to let us in.
What? We might already be too late.
That's what I said. Murderer!
At this point, she's, standing there in the door, and she says, Selena, what's going on? Selena says, I don't know, they just wanted to question us about something. Well, the master says I'm not to open the door for anyone. What you up to?
I was just for a 9. I was wondering if I could see the goings-ons from Mars.
Were you heading to the tavern?
No, we were heading to the house.
Oh, well, you told him to meet you at the tavern.
Yeah, I know. I figured he's gonna be there a while, nailing what's-her-face.
Yeah.
His face, and then we would meet up with him once we were done with our stuff.
I see.
And I'm going to be irritated.
So, as
When
you're...
aren't you, Father?
You're a significant ways behind, so from where you are not seeing any of this yet.
Okay.
Grognek, when you left the... when you left the whorehouse, you did leave, correct? I believe you said you were leaving.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. You see some distance up ahead of you, but not, uncatchably far ahead. A sort of stocky dwarven figure that is very obviously Jazgruli, and a sort of shapely woman in a gray dress walking with him.
Shit. Where the hell is...
You need to open this door.
It'll be all right. I clearly understand your reticence. Very good on the lookout. We are not someone to fear. We're here for the sheriff. 13 persuasion, because I can't roll an inspiration die to save my life.
At this point, you hear a voice coming from further in the house saying, Jenna! Who's at the door? The dwarves, master. Dwarves and Selena and Gordon from Mr. Jacoby's house. Dwarves, you say? Let them in at once! Let them in! Quickly!
Open the door!
So, the...
I should have gone with that. There's a dragon! Let us in the house!
Trunk
You hear-
rattles the door a bit.
You hear the chains being sort of hastily disengaged. The door opens wide, and there is a sort of middle-aged, sort of pudgy around the edges man, very, very well dressed, who is beckoning you in, frantically. So...
Now you're looking over your shoulder for the same dragon you were just discussing. Like, Jesus, is there actually a fucking dragon? What's going on there?
So do you entree?
Oh, I'm in there.
Okay.
Screw being out there with the dragon.
No!
So
As soon
you
as I'm in, I close and lock the door. Screw you guys.
Dragon, you say?
So you go inside, and Carruthers is looking at Selena and the butler from Jacoby's house with utter, trepidation.
Contempt.
No, he's, actually
Worried.
visibly frightened of them.
Murderous intent.
Take it easy. They're here with me. We're going to discuss a few things.
But Jacoby's been killed, and they never found out who did it. They could be the murderers, and you've just invited them into my home!
While I admit That is a remote possibility.
You could be the murderer.
I don't think they're going to murder you with me here.
With you. With me here.
Or him. But mostly me.
So at this point, he looks at his maid, who he called Jenna. Fetch some chairs. And she goes and...
Do you have a large room, like a drawing room or a sitting room or something?
Well, yes, but I don't... He kind of looks at the other two for a moment and says, I don't trust them too far in my house.
Well, that's fine. We don't have
I want
to
them to sit here, where Jenna can keep an eye on them. And then the two of you and I, we will go and we will talk. Aren't there supposed to be more of you?
Yeah, so we're waiting on
there will be.
a couple of... You've heard of us, have you?
Actively trying to populate a hybrid
Yes,
species.
there was some mention made of
Apparently heard that we were not murderers.
the Smithoff that you instigated, or so the rumors would say.
Only a minor hand in that, I assure you.
So Jenna comes back with 2 chairs, and Carruthers says, you two, sit, and do not move. Don't move. And he looks at Jenna and says, keep an eye on them. Don't let them move. Don't let them touch anything.
When in Rome.
So they...
Die of lead poisoning?
We don't know what Rome means. Some dwarven community, I guess.
So Grognek, did you try to catch up with Jazgruli?
Yeah, I'll catch up to him.
You have caught up. You guys are coming up the hill.
Stinks like sex in here.
I smell sex and
Candy.
No, get out.
Yeah.
Marcy, shut it.
So yeah, you guys are coming up the hill right now.
Are we upwind or downwind of Grognek?
Grognek is with you. He caught up to you coming through the town.
Am I upwind or downwind of Grognek?
You are downwind.
Someone got their dick wet.
Was that chuckle in character?
Yep,
So now-
I don't know what we're...
Okay,
We're
so
all-
so you're coming up the hill.
It's just he's not alone.
You get
And also-
to... Oh, the other girl sort of looks speculatively at you, and then just sort of says, I never get to... I'm always the last one to be invited to these parties.
Oh, don't worry. I'll take care of you later.
Oh, well, all right. So
He
you're
likes-
going to assume that words of, dwarves are awesome have been, making their way around this whorehouse. And you two and any other dwarves that decide to visit are going to be fought over at this point.
Delightful. I need me a harem.
So you get to the...
That's if Sasha doesn't kill them all first.
Right?
Well, that is a very,
sorta...
very viable possibility. At this point, I'm thinking I'm about to marry the murderer in the town.
That would be
all
sort of
super-
interesting.
I know, right?
She's got a lot of tea.
Yep.
Well, you go ahead and marry the murderer of the town, right? And
I mean,
I'll
realistically,
collect
if either of us is with the murderer, it'd be the one you just agreed to sleep with. So,
the harem. Yeah, well, I'll be alright.
Bum bum bum.
So anyway, you get to the top of the hill. You recognize the 2 houses that the sheriff indicated. We're going to assume that you end up at the right house, because if you knock on the door of the wrong house, nobody answers because there's nobody in there
eventually I'm just
anymore.
going to give up and go to the other one, yeah.
Yeah. So you knock on the door, and the door opens slightly, and there's, this mid-30s girl looking at you. She says, Master, there are more dwarves at the door. Shall I... Yes, silly girl, let them in.
Don't do it.
So she opens the door and invites you in, and you see Belhad and Trunk are already there. There are also two people in sort of, servant-looking clothes sitting in chairs and very obviously not touching anything. What are you rolling?
For a 12, do I see anybody else besides the two staff members from the other house, which obviously I don't know they're from the other house,
right?
That are seated? The two staff members in the current house and the councilman with these two.
There's the two staff members from the old house.
Mm-hmm.
There is Jenna,
Mm-hmm.
who is the maid at this house.
Mm-hmm.
There is the councilman, and there are these two.
But I thought there was another person at this house,
No.
staff member.
Not that you've met yet.
All right. I tell her thank you, and I ask if there are any other where the other two are, because I'm assuming they're not in eyesight.
They're just through here in
Kinda
the dining room.
Okay.
So he leads you into the dining room, which is just the next sort of room over, but it's a larger room with more seating capacity, and it's more noticeably out of earshot of the two over there. When she shows you in, she does not go in with you, but she does close the doors behind you, and then she goes back to keep an eye on the other two.
Father, we've returned.
Well, very good. Honestly, I have to say, I didn't expect one of you or the other of you back in a timely manner. It's impressive, thank you.
Oh, well, hang on, I'll take off. I mean, I got things I can go take care of.
Stay!
Always go back.
Cast Hold Dwarf.
I may have an errand for you soon enough.
So,
Does it involve the
Mr.
whorehouse?
Carruthers,
yes.
before we start any other negotiations, and by negotiations I mean discussions, Adela, who is this?
Adela, why do you ask?
We don't know who she is.
Why did you not answer?
Why do you know her name?
Why do you not answer? Murderer.
It came up. Who is she?
She's Kralis' daughter.
Then why are you acting
What-
so weird about
What
it?
do you know about her?
Just a person we don't know. Saw her name written down somewhere.
Really? This is of great interest to me.
Why?
Might be. It was in your handwriting.
Oh, well,
I beg your pardon?
Don't go there around.
Okay.
No, it's fine. You're better at this than I am.
You already went that
I'm the
route.
kind of guy who just as opposed beat the answers out of him as opposed to speak with him. So there's that.
Where
I'd already have him in
do
here
you
for being
think
a
we
murderer.
might find
Life sentence.
her?
Well, I don't know. She had been, sent away or summoned away round about the time that Councilman Flanders was killed, but,
Kept saying Heidi ho too much.
Get out.
Heidi ho.
I don't,
Hidely hodly.
I don't know where, Kralis would have sent her. He said that she'd gone to stay with relatives, but I don't know where his family, hails from initially.
I'm guessing his mother.
Didn't come back.
No one's seen her in just over 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
All right. Well, suppose I won't be fetching her then. Is every one of your household in your household?
Well, no, my wife, I've sent her away to, try to ensure her safety. Or, at least spare her the spectacle of finding my bloated and dead corpse lying in our bed or something terrible like that.
Wants to find a bloated
He,
dead corpse
like,
on the bed.
shivers noticeably and kind of looks around in a really paranoid way.
Yeah, you might want to stick to bottled water.
It is providence that I should find you upon my doorstep. I
Is it
was only just thinking about...
murdering?
My son, Ferdinand, he
Murdering your son. Okay.
he recommended getting myself a bodyguard, but I can't trust anyone in this town. But you are not from here.
That's
You've
true.
only very recently arrived, and certainly, he looks specifically at Jazz at this point, you seem like an intimidating lot.
Very true. However, we do have matters to attend to separately. Eventually. Can't be hanging around here forever. But we do hope to get to the bottom of this issue. You know, maybe you don't. The recently late councilman,
Which one?
the most recent.
No. Poor Irving. He was my best friend.
Well, I
Really?
offer.
Murderer.
Did you launder money with him?
Beg your pardon.
Wow. Okay. Yours was bad. His was worse.
He is aghast at you. The very, idea. How dare you? and
So
stuff.
at this point, I see that the situation is degrading quickly. So I figure, why the hell not? I walk back into the other room and I grab the other 3 people, the 2 women and the 1 male, and I tell them all to come in. Just have everyone in this one room. And I look at the father and go, Father, I believe we're all present.
Oh, well, that's good. A little earlier than I thought. Okay. Mr. Carruthers, thank you all for coming. I bet you're wondering why I gathered you here today.
Dearly beloved.
I was waiting for that.
Marriage.
Well, for one thing, Moradin always has this to say at times like this. And I cast Zone of Truth.
Now, I thought that you didn't have any more zones of
Nope.
truth.
See, I have one more level 1 remaining,
Okay.
and one more level 2 remaining. Of which this is. This is my final level 2 spell for today.
Okay. So you cast Zone of Truth. So, Gordon
What's the save
and...
on that?
Jesus.
You are looking for a spell save DC, 15 Wisdom.
Yeah. So I can't lie.
Natural 20. Suck it.
Suck it.
So,
I don't
Yeah.
think you killed him.
Okay.
My
But
total,
you're still not getting anything out of it.
my total score there is 6.
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
so
Saving throw.
Wisdom? I rolled a 19, so I'm good.
out of the NPCs, the only one who made the save was Jenna. Everybody else failed.
Jenna. Murderer.
Murder.
Dun dun dun.
Wait, who's the murderer?
Jenna is the person who answered the door
Yes.
in this house.
Yes.
Okay.
Jenna, why
She
did you
is
kill people?
Carruthers' maid.
Why do you murder everyone you meet?
How old is Jenna?
She's like mid-30s.
Kind of hot.
Old enough to murder.
I mean, she's alright.
She well fit. Oi. Your mum. Anyway. Okay. Mr. Carruthers. Other than, well, let me put it this way. Do you know who's been killing council members?
No. If I did, I wouldn't have to stay locked away in my house all the time. I could go and seek them out. I have my suspicions, though.
Ah, yes. Well, we'll get to that. Anybody here been killing council members?
No.
Everyone says no.
I would like to make an insight check on Jenna.
Okay.
Fuck.
That was almost
Fuck
a
Jenna. I
16.
mean, I can do that. Is that in order?
Let me make an insight.
That's
I
a
will
10.
I will put her on the dining room table.
She seems to be...
23
Excuse
for
me.
mine.
Okay. From your perspective, Velhad, she seems to be telling the truth. From your perspective, Trunk, you know she's telling the truth. She is sort of startled by the direct frankness of the question, but she's
What's
not...
wrong with going indirect? Why is it always used a bad thing with these humans?
Well, because the humans aren't usually using Zone of Truth, so they have to try and coax information out of people by, you know, misdirection and everything.
I'm a dwarf. I'm a blunt
Trunk
creature.
is a little visibly
Disappointed?
Say upset, disappointed that none of these people are the murderer.
Yeah, I just really hope we were getting somewhere.
That didn't stop you from accusing everyone we cleared before of being a murderer the second time.
Wait, we cleared out those people?
Yeah, we
Oh,
really
I
had.
didn't know that.
Definitely.
See, I wasn't there when you cleared them.
That
So.
was
That's true.
actually a thing that happened.
I wasn't there when he cleared them, so
All right.
as far
Well,
as I'm concerned, there's still
I
murderers.
am glad to hear all of that. You look like fine, upstanding folks.
Do any of you know who killed everyone?
They all say no again.
Under what circumstances did you discover your deceased council member employer? I'm directing to the people we brought over.
We went to... well, this is Selena speaking, the maid. I had prepared his breakfast and given the tray to Gordon, and Gordon took it up the stairs and found him dead in his bed. Been stabbed repeatedly, apparently.
Gordon is
The butler.
yes, Gordon, did you happen to take any notice of sort of vicinity of the stabbing? Was it sort of wild, haphazard, directed?
There seemed to be, well, to be honest, I didn't look too terribly closely at it, but there seemed to be probably 4 or 5 single wounds in the vicinity of his heart.
All right. Happen to take any notice of his hands at all, did you?
Well, they were on the bed beside him. Had his laying on his back with his arms at his sides.
So presumably he didn't wake up.
I
Or was repositioned.
I wouldn't know, sir.
All right. Most of the wounds all here, though. Nothing on the hands that you noticed?
Not that I noticed.
No defensive wounds.
Thank you. I turn to Carruthers and say, you don't have to worry about them. They're perfectly fine. No threat.
So have you
You
also
say?
been laundering money?
I do.
I do. I do say.
I resent your implications. I am perfectly
That's
forthright
not
in my
an
business
answer.
dealings.
That is not an answer.
Perfectly forthright in his business dealings. he says.
Is, yeah. I just look at Trunk and I go,
All right, you're clear.
Hey, well-
Good on you.
Thank
A
you.
good day to you, sir.
Good to know somebody in the government is trustworthy.
all right,
I agree.
Got one guy. We didn't
The
ask,
only one left.
We didn't ask you, Councilman. Shut up. Damn humans. I say in Dwarvish.
I was speaking about the dwarven government.
Yeah.
Mr. Carruthers, you're,
Sorry, I'm gonna start wandering about the house, speaking over it.
Nice.
you're,
The house is possessed.
you had intended to meet with the recently deceased.
Yes, he was coming here. I'm ashamed to say it, but I haven't left my house in probably a week.
Well,
I dismissed the other workers from the other house until they can return back.
To Jacoby's house? Okay.
So I assume we
Jenna goes-
we vetted them, so it's
Yeah.
not like they were concerned.
Jenna goes and lets them out.
And I look at Grognek and I let him know that we're obviously, for the moment, we've questioned this gal here that I brought from the whorehouse, and I think that obviously she's not a portion of
Oh,
this.
I didn't even
because
roll for her. I forgot she was there. She makes her save, however.
No, I have a few more questions for her, but we can get back to that. Yes.
She need not be clothed for those questions.
We don't make sure she doesn't have any weapons.
Right.
You went to all the trouble of making her get dressed.
Yes, just
So
so
we
we
can
get
take her
undressed.
Not
That's
go
what
into all of that.
That's what she said she does.
It's true.
They wear extra clothes to get undressed. She's just doing her normal duties. I don't want to hear it. It's not like I'm asking her to do anything she hasn't done before.
And I think we can each all get a turn. And this is going on the
Jesus,
company.
there's nothing worse than an uppity whore. Christ.
Look at this. Hey.
What?
You need to wrap, so if you're going to do something, do it quick.
We should all get a turn.
I don't know how I feel about running a train with you, Beulah.
This is my letter that I wrote to Irving.
Yes.
Yes,
he-
it is.
Did he receive it before he perished?
I assume so. It was in his dresser drawer. Strange place to deliver mail to, so...
He looks a little sort of sheepish about the fact that you've found the letter, but
Nobody else has seen this. Most
glad of that,
notably
I
the
suppose.
sheriff.
Has not seen it.
Woof, right into a fire it goes.
It is,
Into my pocket it goes.
it is somewhat of a relief.
I can always make it spontaneously just burst in.
Definitely meant we wanted to come down here to see
It's always
you. We are definitely interested in you not meeting with a similar fate. The bodyguard that Irving, as you say, was employing was struck from behind and knocked unconscious during the intervening time leading up to or immediately after the councilman's murder. But he seems a stout fellow, and he is currently unemployed, suffering no ill effects from being struck behind, thanks to yours truly. Now, I think he might be a slight bit more watchful this time. So while it may seem hiring a bodyguard who has failed once may not be the best idea, it could be the best idea. Also, he's available. Also, I can assure you, he didn't kill the councilman.
But how can you be sure?
I can be positively sure.
The same way we can be sure about you.
Well, of course I didn't do it.
Have you ever cheated on your wife?
No.
He's
There's
one
a
of
question
them
in here.
L7s.
Wow.
Have you ever
No one-
committed any crime?
Well, I mean, jaywalking and
Murder.
Jaywalking.
And murder.
I murdered some fish last week.
What is it? When the council was entirely whole, what were your respective responsibilities? I keep forgetting his last name.
Amherst.
Amherst. Councilor, because I would want to do the last name. Councilor Amherst's responsibilities and Councilor
Jacoby?
Jacoby's responsibilities, respectively. I know you've sort of added in your workloads recently, but when there was more
well,
specialization.
Amherst, he dealt primarily with, the treasury side of things.
Figures.
As for myself, I deal with, let's call it disputes between citizens. And Jacoby, he was the property manager. So, building permits and the like.
Yes. And, that's very good. Sheriff Kralis' position on the council is...
Well, he's
just
the
sheriff. That's what I thought.
Now he does a lot more, though. Yeah. Kind of by default. It's a lack of other people, but...
Yes, so your interest in... You seem to be very interested in our presence. Does it extend further than simply wanting to hire us for muscle?
Well, I don't understand your question.
I mean, did you have something else to discuss?
No, it was just that. Well, you see, Ferdinand, he suggested that I have someone or several someones looking after me, and well, he's a very smart young man, you see. So he suggested it, and I thought it prudent. So since everyone in town is potentially a murderer, and since you lot are not from in town, I figured you would be the best options.
Well, not everyone. But, yes, a reasonable thing. Ferdinand, now, he is...
My son.
Your son. All right. And where might we find Ferdinand?
He resides in a strait.
Hold up.
Straits of Magellan, you say? Sorry, I couldn't help it. I know, I'm gonna get out, don't worry.
I never...
His first name's not Franz, is it?
It's Ferdinand.
However the fuck you say that guy's first name.
Ferdinand.
No, his first name.
Okay.
The Ferdinand is Ferdinand.
Ferdinand? Of the Ferdinands?
Apparently, I can't find where I wrote down the name of the city, so I will get back to you on that. But he's
Elsewhere.
He's squiring under Lord Fitzhiggins.
Startington.
All right. And he's been doing this for some time?
Oh, yes, he's been gone for some years.
Good. So he's probably not killing people.
Well,
Here, anyway.
he probably is killing people.
He's a squire.
He
Yeah,
is
but-
Jack the Ripper.
What, I ask you,
Whoa.
I guess I'll leave it, because I'm just going to be asking a few more questions.
Yeah, you're going to be asking questions for like an hour, but it's getting late and people need to go home.
Made her safe.
She rolled an 18.
She wouldn't have rolled so well
What
if
is she trying to
she
say?
was rolled. appropriate
That's
time.
not how it works.
Oh,
Totally how it works.
What?
He said, why is she trying to make her save? I said, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
I feel like that is how that worked.
Exactly.
Because if you wouldn't have rolled by default, she would have been susceptible. So, this past
Technically, everybody knows that they're in a thing. They just don't know. They're not familiar with it. They don't know what it is. They know they're feeling. So warm and tingly.
You did that thing again.
So, we didn't quite make as much progress as I had intended because there was time
Yeah, at
spent
this
at a
point-
whorehouse.
Yeah,
You three.
Things went off on a
was
tangent
dating a
that even
woman.
I
That
wasn't
was
expecting.
all I was doing. I was stuck waiting on the madam retrieving the woman.
No. I mean, just at this point, you three would know when a zone of truth goes up,
Mm-hmm.
whether you make it or fail it,
You don't have to
you
talk.
recognize the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So you can totally choose to just not open your mouth.
Yup.
I'm not going to.
No, I'm totally gonna talk every
I'm
time.
going to talk every time,
Yeah,
regardless.
even though Trunk made the same.
Because I'm hoping that I can
Right
make it
now.
as awkward for everybody else as it is for me.